It is the Friday edition. It's kind of echoey in here when I say that loud. The live from Steinhoff's in Waukesha. Fans already trickling in. Is the story even technically open yet? We just pack them in no matter what the hour edition. As Jesse wrote on the show sheet, the Brewers lose. Everyone's sad but Jason. I am sad. I'm sad for all the people that are sad edition. And I guess this means we can go back to focusing on the Packers, which we normally do on this show edition after today. Of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde, normally in Green Bay, today in Waukesha at the, dare I say, Taj Mahal of Steinhoff.
Beautiful Steinhoff's, really high ceilings. It's got a little Da Vinci, Michelangelo vibe.
Did you know he was going to say that? Because I knew he was going to say that.
I did, and I'm curious.
Why did you think that I would say that?
I knew you were going to comment on the...
Not
yes.
only do I don't back down, but I'm also predictable.
I knew
because
you were going to say
beauty and I see
Michelangelo Da Vinci up there.
Does this not have a beautiful feel to it?
Wait, who did the Sistine Chapel that you weren't allowed to take pictures of on your trip?
Well, that's Michelangelo.
Okay, what is Da Vinci?
And I thought that was kind of overrated. I think this is underrated. I don't expect to come into Steinhoff's.
You can take photos of this, though.
No, I didn't expect to come into Steinhoff's and think that this is Louvre-ish. Like I didn't.
Now it's the Louvre.
Well, no, just saying. Like it's a great.
We're 45 seconds in. We've been to multiple major cities.
This has a vibe I didn't expect. That's all.
Riley Yauk is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. Hi, Riley.
Hello.
Jesse's already gotten after you for links that you're sending that aren't working.
Yep.
Because Jesse is here.
Hey!
Because he heard there were going to be donuts.
I am genuinely confused.
Oh boy.
At what goes into Jesse's mind. I'm legit sometimes you want to do remote, sometimes you don't, sometimes you
Food makes the remote.
I'm not going to get into all that though. Not today. Not when we're in the Sistine Chapel of Steinhoff's.
That voice you hear belongs to the Packers Hall of Famer. It is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, how was your drive?
The drive was great. It's smooth sailing from Madison. This is nothing. It's easy to get here right off the interstate. Like you can't ask for an easier and more beautiful Steinhoff.
That's true.
A lot busier around 4:30 last night making the drive down.
So you went to the game last night?
I did. Spontaneous decision after the show yesterday.
With my college buddies?
No, I wasn't offered that ticket. Someone else on the panel was.
So
two members of the
you
panel
never even replied.
Yeah.
So Tyler got you tickets. And now, is he bringing bubbler? Because that's usually what he does.
Tier 1 Tyler did bring me a bubbler.
No. What about us?
No, he's not coming down here. He works in Madison.
Well, I just heard it was a short drive.
It's one of the staples of Steinhoff's remotes is that he drops us bubbler.
I'll see what we can do.
Yeah,
Maybe he's got some free time today. But we went to the game last night. Yes, we found some tickets available about 3 hours before first pitch that were in the price range we were comfortable with, and we made the surprise decision to go sit in section 429 and enjoy the game.
That is not George's old section.
It is not. No. His section was the Toyota territory.
So even though you got your
center.
heart ripped out, you're glad you went.
No, we said on the way home, no regrets for going, just really bummed by the result. No regrets.
I think watching it, the first 5 or 6 innings, boom, 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 kind of, it is what it is. And then you can't beat what I'm sure, were feeling in that 8th inning.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we love sports. That's the beauty of it. And then in the same breath, 9th inning comes and you get your gut wrenched. And that's what sports is. And so I know all Brewers fans and Wisconsin sports fans, I just sent a tweet out. I do think there's a sense that we're cursed. I think Wisconsin sports fans feel that way. And I totally disagree with that assessment, but I understand why we feel that way today. And looking at it, I really felt like when they brought Peralta in, and he was as smooth as he did in the 8th, I'm always curious because I am a big believer in going with your horses. He's done this all year, do it. But I'm also a big believer, and I was talking to my boy Wisey on the way down, and I like bouncing ideas off him. And he said, why is it in all these other sports that you will ride the hot hand, whether it's basketball? Like, the analytics would say you're going to have somebody getting a wide-open jumper, but do you want Michael Jordan taking the shot? And I'm not comparing Peralta to Michael Jordan, but there is that component. I don't have a problem with what Murph did last night. I don't think Brewers fans do.
No.
You can sleep well thinking I'm in a position where I put my horse out there and it just didn't work. The dude hit a 3-run homer. Your guts are punched, and here we sit today.
So, wait, Wisey was suggesting that they would stick with Peralta pitching on 1 day's rest after he got you through the 8th?
No, it's not really, and I don't want to put it in Peralta. It's more who's got the hot hand. Who do you that's more what it was.
Like the dude converts 91% of his saves, right?
Giving up one home run all season, and unfortunately,
we question when he pulled McGill after one inning where he only threw 7 pitches. McGill's been good all season, so why don't throw him out there for a second? I think I understand like what you're saying with riding the hot hand. Why make the change?
You had the guy for the 9th inning, starting the inning with the bases empty. He is facing the top of the order, but that is the scenario. If you are Pat Murphy, that is exactly the scenario you want. You need to get 3 outs.
Yeah.
Ideally, you'd like to face 7, 8, and 9 in their order, not 1, 2, and 3. Lindor was the only one who'd had hits in that game to that point.
Dude, Lindor's a stud. I don't know what they're
really
paying
good.
him. He was with the Indians for a while, right?
Yes.
And one of the things, one of my brothers sent me a note, the gaminess at the end of that game, to not just catch the fly ball, to let it, the liner, to let it one hop to turn 2 to end it. That's the little things that, the players that are constantly, you're always coaching 6th and 7th grade baseball. You're always think ahead, have your plan, and it was executed pretty well. So I'm disappointed because this team was so fun and gritty. And unlike some of the other teams where I kind of just, like when you lose to the A's 3 times last year, it's just this had a different vibe, and I was really – kind of taken back by what Robin when he joined us yesterday, and the clock is ticking. It just felt like this year was going to be different, and it turns out it was the same as how most of the Brewers' seasons finished.
So you had, I don't want to use the word threatened, but you had said that if they lost, that this is an aw shucks great season. You had a good run. Do you still feel that way given the way they lost, or did you soften that position from yesterday?
I mean, you're judged on postseason success in sports. That's just the reality. The regular season was great, and I think all Brewers fans are excited about the future. But just like I was last year, it's about taking advantage of opportunities. Had the Mets come in and just barnstormed us, they're better. Oh, and then the narrative is, $200 million more in payroll, blah, 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 blah. That's not what happened. And there are only a certain amount of times that you get in these positions. It's hard. So I told you about the Niners. They're finding out right now. It's a tough climb. Everything, now you're back at the mountain, at the base. And you got to get all your gear. You got to rebuild. You got to do it. It's a really hard climb. So this team was good enough to do big things. They are gutty enough, and I think that's the part that's disappointing for me is that this just felt different. It wasn't one of your ordinary kind of, they win a couple. This was a really good team that had positioned itself in a great spot and had the game right there. As a former athlete, you'll have games that, hey, they beat us. Like, the 4th and 26, we were better. We should have won. Doesn't mean we were going to go to the Super Bowl. We didn't know how it would have went. The Giants NFC Championship game, I can't in good faith look at that game and say we were better than them. They outplayed us. I can live with that one a heck of a lot easier. And I'm guessing guys that were on that team that lost to Seattle, they're never going to get over that. Guys that were on that field last night aren't going to get over that. Devin Williams ain't going to get over that. It's going to be with him forever. That's why, from an athlete's mindset standpoint, you could say you can move on and you can do, but that pain sticks with you. That scar stays with you. And what I said yesterday was you had a lot of young guys don't know anything about it. Now there's scars. Now, all of a sudden, it gets to be 6th, 7th inning, and Jackson Chourio and Terang. You got some guys that you're going to be looking saying, oh, boy. And you hope that doesn't creep in, but human nature will tell you that it does.
And it clearly scars fans, too.
It does.
Homer, I saw tweeted after the game last night, one of the worst things is that all the fans going into the series were like, okay, well, Brewers are going to lose again here in the first round of the playoffs. And they were proven right again. We're now scarred. All the fans leaving the stadium last night, the grumbling and the sadness as you're leaving, and just everybody talking with one another with pure strangers, saying, well, there's another Wisconsin loss. We're never going to get anything good.
And you get it was very similar because I started thinking, I looked at my calendar for next week. I was going to get down because I think it would have been Tuesday, Wednesday,
I believe
Thursday.
You're right, yeah.
What day can I get down there to go to a game? How can we kind of – and I'm sure there were a lot of fans like that, just like at halftime in 2014 thinking about – start planning Super Bowl plans because this team's up 16. Mm-hmm. And that makes it even more painful. And I should know better. We all should know better that it ain't over till it's over. But you just felt different until you didn't.
Devin Williams did not, as he said last night, that was not the worst pitch he's ever thrown. Tausch, having played 11 years in the league, how often do you have to tip your cap to the opponent? Because Pete Alonso hit a less than ideal pitch out of the ballpark.
What do you mean less than ideal?
It wasn't a hanging curveball down the middle of the plate that he put 450 feet into left field.
Sure.
He went the opposite way.
Line drive. Yeah.
I mean, I just, again, you tell me how much of it is your team let you down and how much of it is the other guys went and won the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. You always tip your cap when someone does something big, and they found ways to get guys on base and to put themselves in that position when I'm sure after the back-to-back home runs, they were probably and another great life lesson is it's always about how you react when bad things happen because bad things and adverse moments are going to happen to every sports team, every person, and then it's what do you do? And to give the Mets credit, they didn't give in and say it's just not our year. Well, we're this. They found a way to kind of grind it back out, and who knows what happens if Lindor doesn't short hop it, turn two. You never know if the Brewers get up. I don't know. Churrio's up next. You have that opportunity, and this team just never gave in. They got beat, and there is a hat tip portion that you can say. But you can also look back and say, there's always plays that you look at and say, if a pitcher would have covered, if we don't do this, if we could have gotten a couple more runs in that eighth after we got it to second and third, we don't get runners at second, we don't advance them, and we don't get it. There's all kinds of other things that you could look at, but obviously Devin Williams wasn't sharp last night. He was not as effective as he was the night before, but you can live with it because he's been your horse, and I think Pat Murphy will be fine looking at it and saying, I'll take that situation every time, even though it didn't work out this time.
We do have a Packers game coming up on Sunday in Los Angeles. We'll talk about that during the course of the show like a typical Friday Wilde and Tausch edition. But the Brewers season does end.
Are we cursed? Are Wisconsin sports fans cursed?
So you ask that saying that you definitely do not think you are.
Well, I haven't said my opinion yet.
I think you actually did say
I told you that
you didn't.
The Brewers are starting to feel cursed.
And why do you say? Just because they can't get over the hump?
Haven't ever won a World Series, devastating loss. There's now a lengthy scroll of devastating playoff losses going all the way back to Game 7 in the 82 World Series. Which from watching the movie just a bit outside, I didn't realize the Brewers actually had a lead in that game and had a chance to win that one. Going back to that,
they're up 2 in the 6th.
Yeah, I didn't know that until watching the documentary 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
The Brewers are starting to feel like there's always going to be something that goes wrong. The Packers, I think you can justify, like they've won multiple championships, including the one that 15 years ago.
13 championships.
Yeah, there's a difference, I think, in being cursed because you just feel like the franchise is having some difficult losses, to have never won one, to not have even been back to a World Series with some really solid teams since 1982.
In the golden era, too.
It's starting to feel like the Brewers specifically are cursed.
We will continue this conversation. We'll also hear from Devin Williams. We'll hear from Willie Adames. And I was, after what Rob and Yount said yesterday on the show, watching Christian Yelich talking about Bob Uecker, that got me verklempt last night when I saw Adam McCalvy's video that he posted on Twitter. We will talk more.
Did you hear Jeff Levering's end?
No. I heard Uecker.
It's very sad. Just sad. A lot of sadness.
I want to talk more about this cursed idea.
Maybe Jason's got it right. Maybe we shouldn't invest in any. Don't invest in anything. Just live a completely joyless, sadless life.
I had
here.
Plenty of joy in my life, thank you. And then the game ended. I turned off the TV. I turned off the audio stream.
I don't want to get into your fandom again.
I know.
To do that.
And then I went and fed the feral cat that keeps coming up onto our deck. So
did Boog call a good game last night?
I have no
sorry
idea.
I missed him.
Didn't use him.
Your guys' hatred of Boog is a little weird.
That's it's not just us. I was asking people.
I heard through the grapevine. I was obviously also at the game with you, Jesse. That Boog Shambi. It's the mysterious voice.
This is Wiley. Oh.
Mysterious voice from the void. That
At
Boog,
least you're not doing any of your
Just
voices.
wait, we're playing the
Whatever,
voice.
Jason.
No.
I'll pass. I'll put an X up. Just wait, who's next?
But I heard Boog signed off the TV broadcast with the Mets move on to Philadelphia looking undaunted. So I don't want to hear any of this non-biased crap.
What a slap to
Screw
Brewers.
you, Boog.
Boog sucks.
We'll hear
I guess
more.
we can blame Boog.
We'll hear more from the Brewers coming up, but before that, Tausch is going to tell us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin with the hope that the Brewers window remains wide.
The Brewers window's open. I feel good moving forward. It always sucks when things end. Beautiful windows here at Steinhoff's. You know what? I'm guessing they're Pella, and if they're not, they should be. But get the look that you want for your home with customizable windows and doors from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. The durability of materials. It gets tested, just like your fandom of our Wisconsin sports teams. They get tested. They open and close doors, latches, and shade tens of thousands of times to ensure that they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors and innovative features like shades between the glass. Right now, you get 0 interest for up to 36 months. Certain restrictions do apply. This offer ends on Halloween. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
More live from Steinhoff's in Waukesha, where we are celebrating their 90th anniversary. They've got the weekend sale, the Best Brands, Best Prices sale with 10% off almost everything. And here's the thing. Now, look, we've got a little bit of a hookup here. We're lucky that Chad and Danny and the whole team take such great care of us. We have already seen the retro mini Bluetooth speakers that they have, that the first 100 people in the door on Saturday will receive. It is extremely cool, and I'm excited to use it. You can get one if you are one of the first 100 people through the doors, whether it's this store, whether it's the Green Bay store, the one in my neighborhood, whichever it may be. Make sure you come in for the weekend sale as they celebrate their 90th anniversary. The old school look is pretty awesome. You got to love that. What you don't love is the end of the Brewers season. We'll hear from some of the principals next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee for Steinhoff's. Steinhoff's is partnering with Special Spaces Wisconsin and the Green Bay Packers to create dream bedrooms for children battling cancer all across Wisconsin. This season, every time the Packers make a field goal, Steinhoffels will donate $1,000 to Special Spaces Wisconsin. Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader since 1934, is 100% employee-owned, and is a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
Football fans, tailgating season is here. There's no better way to celebrate football being back than with Boda Box Wine. Boda Box is giving away tickets to 2 separate winners for a VIP Green Bay game day and tailgate party experience for the November 24th game against San Francisco. Fans, enter by scanning the QR code posted at participating Boda Box retailers in Wisconsin through October 30th. Winners will be announced on November the 1st. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Boda Box Vineyards, Manteca, California. Visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com for more details.
Pizza Hut is changing the combo game with the new My Hut Box. Mark Tausch here, and starting at just $6.99. Pizza Hut is now offering the ultimate solo meal. You can have your choice of a personal pan pizza or melts with a side of boneless wings or fries. You get to pick whatever entree and side you want. And you can add a 20-ounce Pepsi for just $1.50 more. The My Hut Box is perfect for a speedy lunch, a relaxing dinner on your own, or any time you're on the go. Order your own My Hut Box today, only from Pizza Hut.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella, how'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 36 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2024.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Ready for a golf adventure? Discover Prairie Pines Golf Club, just outside of Madison in Sun Prairie. This is Sarah Tauscher. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, the stunning 18-hole course at Prairie Pines offers the perfect challenge for every skill level. Go experience their newly renovated front nine. It's better than ever. Grab your clubs, bring your friends, and tee off in style. Book your tee time now at prairiepinesgolfclub.com. That's prairiepinesgolfclub.com. Prairie Athletic Club, family fun community.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Continuing live from Steinhoffels in Waukesha as we celebrate their 90th anniversary and mourn the loss 4-2 to the New York Mets to end the Brewers season. So, I enjoy correcting you.
So we would always want, we'd prefer, even though it'd be more painful had this happened in the NLCS, I still want that. As a fan, I still want the joy of winning, even though, let's say, we had a 4-run lead in the 7th game at home and we blow it against the Dodgers. I still want that, by the way. I do.
So the loss to the Seahawks in the NFC
us...
Championship was better than the loss to the 49ers in the division.
No, wait a minute now, because the arguments we have when seasons end.
I want to experience beating and getting spritzed at AmFam last night. I want to go into Philly and work the Phillies. I want to have that. Even though I might feel the pain of losing in Chavez Ravine in the NLCS. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think all of us feel that way.
Yep.
But you would like to get blown out in losses instead.
I'd rather lose in the 7th game. I don't want to get gut punched like last night, but I want to at least get there. I want to see it through. I want to enjoy the whole.
So if they lose 9-0 last night, you feel better?
Probably, yeah. I'm like, that just wasn't our year.
Yeah, you feel better than a 9th-inning collapse.
Because, again, I'm just trying to understand how your brains work. Because when the Packers lost the 2016 NFC Championship game and fell behind 27-0 in Atlanta, I think Tony Cartagena was still the producer at that point, and I was already over it by halftime.
Yeah, I agree with him.
So last night you would rather have gotten a jump on the traffic because you were down 9-0 in the 7th inning than see those 2 home runs and feel that elation to go up on back-to-back pitches, home runs, including from a guy who had 2 home runs all year, and you'd rather not feel that at all because of what you ended up feeling. This is the life of a fan that I again can't understand.
Would you rather walk into your favorite ice cream shop and there be
this is going to be good.
There's one scoop left of your favorite flavor, and they say, "Do you want it?" And you say, "Yeah." And say, "Oh, too bad, we're giving it to this guy," as opposed to if you walk in and they say, "We're out of it." That's the difference to me. If you walk in and you get,
what do we think of this analogy?
You lose.
I don't think it's bad.
You lose 9-0. It's just okay. That wasn't ours.
It's like you really want salty cow, and you go there and you're in line, and Wilde orders the last salty cow.
I got the biggest,
but it's right there,
yeah.
and you can smell it, and you think it's there, but then it's gone.
As opposed to if they just say we don't have salty cow today,
and now you have to get vanilla.
It's easier to swallow. Yes,
I agree.
So you forgot, but you said while you were proposing are Wisconsin sports fans cursed or not, that you said you don't believe that.
We're not cursed.
So
because, being cursed is being irrelevant. It's not having to feel any emotions. You don't ever see a championship like Minnesota Vikings fans, but then they could say, well, the Twins have won in at least recent memory. So while I know that we are snake bitten, I would say snake bitten, not cursed.
Don't you? So again, I have made my position very clear as a non-fan.
Yep.
I appreciate everything you do to try and understand it. I don't want you to understand it because I don't understand that. This idea that Wisconsin fans are cursed, the folks that believe that, I would love for them to text in. Because we've got a very tight schedule today here at Steinhoff, so we don't have a lot of time for calls. But I would love your texts, 844-770-3776. Because, look, here's the thing. These are the teams we focus on, whether you're fans or whether you're doing a radio show or you're a reporter. The state teams are the ones you cover. Mm-hmm. Are you telling me that Vikings fans don't feel like they're cursed and that they don't have it worse than Wisconsin sports
or
fans
Bears
do?
fans, or there's a numerous.
Like we went through those for our enjoyment last week. I think last Friday.
What do Lions fans feel then? I mean,
this is what I'm saying. Yes,
it's
guess what? Losing sucks when you lose with a chance to advance to the playoffs. Every season that ends that way ends in disappointment.
I think you're much more cursed if you never make playoffs and you're constantly in the top 10 of drafting. That's cursed.
Well, you never get hurt then.
No, you get just continually. You get like a chicken, like a pork fillet that you're going to end up, turn it into a sandwich. You're pounding the heck out of it. You just get beaten into submission.
Is that one of the ice cream flavors too?
You just get beaten down, and you're just like you throw your hands up. We don't throw our hands up.
Yeah.
We ride the wave, and sometimes that wave is awesome, and a lot of times you go crashing into shore, and it hurts, and sometimes you got to have surgery, and it is a ride. And sometimes it ends up great, sometimes it doesn't. And unfortunately, especially as a Brewers fan, you crash a lot. But you want to be out in that ocean. You want to be doing it. What you don't want to be doing is sitting there saying, oh, look at that. Oh, these guys. Just look at some of these other programs that are doing it, and it's a whole different animal. So while I get it, today is not the day probably to even ask that question, but it is because it's so raw.
Look, I would just say this. It would be great to see the University of Wisconsin football team in the college football playoff. And I would much rather have that than going to bowl games and having fun but not really getting your gut ripped out when you have a 7-point lead on Georgia with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter and you lose the game. I don't understand why anything else would be preferable to that.
I just look
other than winning.
I look at our whole landscape here, and I'll put my Wisconsin sports resume up against it. I love it. I love every team. There's, different varying degrees. We have had MVPs. We've had a Bucks championship. We've had Brewers baseball, which for the most part, at this market, you think you're going to have to ride some pretty big lulls where you have to reboot. One time in the last 7 years is when we've not. Is that correct?
2 games that they have played.
Now, we haven't won a series since 2018, and that is very, very frustrating.
Yep.
No doubt.
But I want to be there. I want to be in the mix, and we are. And then we have a team that's chasing a championship every year, even though we haven't won one in 14 or 15 years. We're there. And we have opportunities, and sometimes it just doesn't work itself out.
Tyler and I said on the way to the game last night, it's just the 4th time in franchise history that there's a winner-take-all game in Milwaukee. And we would rather be there and see the team lose than to not have it.
We have a special guest.
I hate you so much. I just do. All right.
That was my best point of the day, and I just totally got derailed.
We don't have time for that. What we do have time for, I do want to get to this because we're not going to have time to talk more Brewers the rest of the day. So I do want people who didn't hear this, Adam McCalvey of Brewers.com got this video of Christian Yelich talking about Bob Uecker. And if you want to hear – I recommend seeing it because his eyes are full of tears as he says these things.
What do you make of that?
I will hold off on interpreting. I want people to hear this. This is Christian Yelich talking after Bob Uecker went around the clubhouse and spoke to all the various players, including the first one, who was Devin Williams, that he went to. Here's Christian Yelich last night.
For me, it was talking to Ueck. That's kind of tough one. But, all the other stuff is, it is what it is. It's a tough way for your season to end. But, talking to Yuki, one-on-one was tough, By far the hardest part of the night for me was talking to Bob and, just all that stuff. But, he still kind of laughs through it all and that whole deal. And, all you guys know him pretty well from around here, so, yeah.
Kristen, what made that so tough? It almost feels like the loss is sort of secondary in your mind right now.
Yeah, it's not. I don't really want to get into that, but it's just it's tough. Yeah.
What has he meant to you?
Yeah, he means a lot. It means a lot. Got to know him pretty good over the last 7 years, so just. It's right over there. It's just a great guy.
So when you combine that with what Robin Yount said to us yesterday, I think there is a feeling that you don't know how much longer you have someone who's 90 years old, who is a iconic piece of your franchise, who a lot of players have grown very close to, and that while we can all sit here and go, well, there's always next year, you don't know how many more next years he has.
Correct.
That's the way I took that.
that you combine that with a lot of stuff. I'm not going to speculate on anything else. It was touching to hear that. I think obviously everybody knows how loved, beloved, and important Bob Uecker is to the Milwaukee Brewers, and I think that was the thing. You just felt like there was this unified feeling of let's do it for Ueck. And when you can't get that done, you don't know how many more opportunities you're going to get to do that.
All right, we're going to shift gears because we do have a Packers game to get to, and that's why most folks tune into this program. So we will talk Packers moving forward. Tausch, though, you would much prefer to have a Coors Light in celebration. Instead, there's probably one or two in drowning sorrows last night.
Well, Coors Light fits it all. It's brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it's made to chill. And make sure those mountains are blue. That's when you know cold activated bottles and cans are chilled to perfection. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, Packers-Rams Sunday. We will get to our green and gold game preview live from Steinhoffel's in Waukesha. Feel free to come out. All the stars are out today at Steinhoffel's in Waukesha.
Got a lot of track and field legends showing up out here. Not Eric Hatchell either. I don't think Hatch is going to make it out.
Oh, no. I was looking forward to him giving us some content.
He's been very lax.
It's been a while from him. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Nothing makes being outdoors better than having the right gear and the right crew. So here's an idea. Let Mountain Dew supply the gear and you bring the friends. Because when you buy specially marked multi-packs of Mountain Dew, you can collect points and earn epic limited edition outdoor gear. We're talking everything from custom Mountain Dew camp chairs and backpack coolers to exclusive Mountain Dew tents, fishing boats, and more. So buy Dew, collect points, get gear, and get outside with Mountain Dew outdoor gear.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at dowoutdoors.com and 12/31/24. Void or prohibited.
Join in the fun and celebrate the harvest season. Jim Rutledge here, and on Saturday, October 12th, the Brewers Company in Middleton will host their annual Family Fall Festival with a petting zoo, mini pumpkins, face painting, and photo opportunities in front of their festive autumn cabin and giant pumpkin. The Brewers Company transforms into a fall wonderland. Free to all and no registration is necessary. Take the family to the Brewers Company on October 12th from 11 till 2. The Brewers Company in Middleton and online at brewscompany.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic void. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week, Marcus and Chris are live from the Bucks Foundation Golf Outing. Find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Get more per pour at the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company is a Madison original, brewing award-winning craft beers for 30 years. And now, it's time for their bigger and better happy hour. Every Monday through Thursday from 3 until 6 p.m., enjoy 20-ounce pints of the Great Dane's flagship beers for only $3. From Crop Circle Wheat to the Old Glory APA. Head to one of their 4 locations, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, and East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Metro Kia of Madison is Madison's trusted Kia dealership, and they are home to the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service your vehicle, Metro Kia of Madison is the place to go. As always, at Metro Kia of Madison, you can enjoy 2 years of no-charge maintenance on any new vehicle. Browse their inventory and find this month's special at MetroKiaofMadison.com. That's MetroKiaofMadison.com. Find your new vehicle at your trusted Kia dealership today.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit ForwardMadisonFC.com to purchase your tickets today. That's ForwardMadisonFC.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
From the preps
for the victory! Yes. The DeForest Norskis win it in walk-off fashion.
to the pros.
Swing and a line drive, base hit center field, and the Phillies walk it off.
The biggest games play on 100.5 ESPN.
Give him hell, time to hands. Gonna live life till we're dead. Give me scars, give me pain. Then they say me, say me, say me. There goes the fighter. There goes the fighter. Here comes the fighter.
All right, we'll get to our green and gold game preview instead of DeForest and University of Wisconsin track and field, which I think Tausch was expecting to be the next topic. But be that as it may, time now for the green and gold game preview.
Let's take a closer look at this week's matchup. This is the Green and Gold Game Preview.
Can I be honest with you guys?
Well, can I be honest with you? Are you doing this?
I'm doing this. Yeah, that's part of why I came out here today, was to lead some of these segments with you guys.
Kind of
here.
like that one full
Part of
hour,
it.
the Jesse Nelson hour yesterday.
What a good hour that
Or 2
was
days
yesterday.
ago.
Your best hour yesterday. by
You think
far.
that Trump robbing you out coming up?
Yeah.
No.
I'm here today. Where's Robin?
I'll say this. When Tausch said there was going to be a guest on the show, I did not expect it to be Robin again.
That would be
So I
fun,
felt
though, if
pretty
it would have
confident.
been. I'm not feeling a lot of juice for this Packers game on Sunday. I don't know if it's because I'm bummed about the Brewers last night. I don't know if it's because it's a road game against the Rams and it's not got the same kind of playoff-type atmosphere it's felt like the last couple of years. It just doesn't feel very juicy this weekend.
Okay, I would agree with you. I think obviously it's a West Coast game, and I think the fact that the Rams are beaten down
Yes.
as much as they are.
Right.
If you had Cooper Kupp and Puka Nakua and you had their offensive line in place, I think the Rams coming into it were a team that I think a lot of people had as a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they could take down the Niners. I think it might be Arizona or Seattle now that take down the mountain climbers. So this should be a win. This is a game the Green Bay Packers defense needs to dominate from top to bottom. And if they don't, I'll have a lot of questions about where this defense is at. If you don't dominate in a game where you're going to have home field advantage, Packer fans will show up in droves out there. The Rams, outside of Heather Davenport's class, there are not a lot of Rams fans. So this should be one of those games, Green Bay down. And I think that's probably why there's not a ton of juice.
But it is the CBS game of the week at 3:25. Nance and Romo going to be on the call.
I don't know, Tracy.
And because the Packers' only other national game in a standalone window was on Peacock earlier this year, this will probably be the game nationally for a while that the Packers have the most people viewing.
I got a hunch it'll be more national. But I could be wrong.
Well, there will be, but for now, until you get to November, this will be one of the most highly viewed Packers games across the country.
Okay.
So our three big questions leading into Packers-Rams Sunday afternoon. What is the big storyline, Tausch, heading into Sunday's game?
It needs to be the storyline all week has been where's the Packers pass rush. The Packers pass rush needs to show up. You have the storyline of McVay being the guru and LaFleur kind of being one of his guys. But this game is all about, for me, Jeff Hafley and this pass rush, figuring out ways to beat a depleted Los Angeles Rams offensive line without their two top wideouts. This needs to be a Cobra boa constrictor game. You better suffocate this offense and not let them breathe by the end of it. It should be suffocate City out in Sin City. Or whatever they call it. What do they call it?
Some might say that was the City of Angels.
City of Angels. Los
there better
Angeles.
not be any angels. It better be suffocate City.
Tausch took the low-hanging fruits there, obviously, but he's right. And on the other side of their defense, it looks like maybe Jair Alexander will be healthy enough to play. He was limited yesterday, which surprised me. It looks like Carrington Valentine is getting healthy as well. Unfortunately, last week was the week they needed them. No Cooper Kupp, no Puka Nacua this week. And Matthew Stafford does not move particularly well. So the opportunity to silence the critics.
More Cobra.
Me.
I think it's a boa constrictor, right? Is that the...
Yes, the constricting,
I'm
I
not
think, is what you're going
biting.
for there.
I want to suffocate.
Yeah, like yes.
This
has been your snake minute.
Besides Jordan Love, which player is most important to the Packers going boa constrictor on the Rams this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go Kenny Clark. I know the Rashawn Gary's the low-hanging fruit because everybody's wondering what he's up to and where he's at.
Just take your guy.
Who's my guy?
Kenny Clark. You just said that. Let me get to Rashawn Gary. Yeah, I'm not going to take the low-hanging fruit, but then I'm going to use my turn to take the guy that you're going to take.
Others want to contribute to the segment, too. So if you say, I'm going to take Kenny Clark, but also Rashawn Gary.
Because it's the same principle you kind of have to maneuver.
Romeo Dobbs.
I think Kenny Clark needs to, the interior part of this Rams offensive line and the tackles, but really Kenny Clark needs to dominate. I think we need to, he got the new contract extension. He needs to eat. And he needs to be a game wrecker. That's what I need to see from him out at SoFi Sunday.
Yeah, I'll keep taking the low-hanging fruit. I asked Jeff Hafley yesterday about Rashawn Gary because he sounded like a coach who was protecting his guy early on. And my point was essentially, and maybe we can get this if we can jam it into our jam-packed show, but my point was, look, Rashawn Gary still has to do his part too. Like, you can take the blame for not doing enough and not moving him around enough and not figuring out ways to get him freed up. But he is still an elite-level player in your mind. He needs to play like one. And I thought Jeff Hafley had a great moment of honesty where he said that he is disappointed in his own production. He has to do better for us, and we have to do better for him. And so Rashawn Gary needs to play like Rashawn Gary, and this should be a game that gives him the opportunity to be the guy that we all expect him to be.
Yep.
Last up in our green and gold game preview, the Packers win, can you believe this, the first game they ever play at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles.
That is odd. I know they played them out there, obviously, with McVay, but that was at the old
Coliseum.
Great uniform game.
And they played the Chargers at their baby stadium.
It was a great uniform game. Yeah.
Quirks of the schedule, they haven't played at SoFi since it opened in 2020.
Yeah, if they score 20-plus, they're going to win the game. That's what this game needs to be. And I think Jordan Love and the offense having another week where they're just kind of getting off those vibes. This should be a run-it-down-your-throat, suffocate City game. I will be very disappointed if the Green Bay Packers give up more than 17 points to this version of Sean McVay's Rams offense. So that's what this game needs to be. Whether or not, what plan McVay comes up with, how they're going to stop the run. It's going to be a little bit of a fascinating how McVay can figure this out, because if he wins this game, I would leapfrog him over LaFleur. This should not be a game where Matt LaFleur gets outcoached. That would be the only way that the Rams can compete with their roster as it sits right now. Green Bay just a lot better.
Yeah, the Packers lose this game if they lose it as opposed to the Rams going out and winning it. They have to make a ton of mistakes.
Sounds like turnovers.
Look, I'm going to go on the other side of the ball since we didn't talk about the offense. Jordan Love is another step closer to being himself again.
Way too sloppy with the ball last week.
Agreed, and that would go into the turnovers that we're not allowed to say during this portion of the preview. But he has to be better with his decisions. He has to be better with his accuracy. We all kind of gave him a pass last week. He's coming back from injury. I don't have a problem giving him a pass on that. He doesn't get a pass this week.
Nope.
And I don't think Jordan wants a pass this week. So I think the offense has to be more balanced, obviously. I want to see Dontavion Wicks come out and get open 82% of the time, but this time not drop 3 balls like he did on Sunday against the Vikings. So those are all of the aspects on the offense, and get Josh Jacobs more involved.
And let's start to see some cleanup on all these sloppy penalties too. I know it's gotten a little bit better, but I kind of am done with that. You're not going to be dealing with a ton of crowd noise. Start cleaning your blank up. Like it's been way too sloppy this season. And yes, we could say, well, they're young, all this other stuff. Time to start growing up.
All right, that is our green and gold game preview as we get ready for Packers-Rams. We'll have our Steinhoffels Sleepers of the Week coming up a little bit later in the show. Tausch,
I think you guys are all right with when we're on remote, it's double points. We'll let the academy or the analytics
Why?
firm.
Because you've fallen so far behind Jesse.
I'm right.
You
I'm
need
nipping
double,
right at
you need
Jesse.
double
I'm not worried about that. But there should be. This is the Super Bowl for Steinhoffel Sleepers. We're literally in the cathedral of Steinhoffels.
Why should we double up the
we'll
points?
ask
for that
Jerry
reason?
Ott and Klinkster. They will be the arbiters, as they are with all things Steinhoffels.
Yeah, but you're bullying them already.
I'm not bullying them.
You just announced that we
I'm
were going to do double
asking.
points.
You're not asking. You're declaring and saying,
Jerry
why would
Ott
we not?
I do declare.
If you're up for double points, a double point Steinhoffels this week, we'll do that. And Packer fans, if you're looking for the ultimate game day experience, American Family Insurance has you covered. Picture this. Hit your very own VIP tailgate, then cheer on the Packers from jaw-dropping seats. Enter the Dream Weekend Sweepstakes to win amazing game tickets, private tailgate, exclusive Jordan Love merch, and much, much more. That all sounds incredible. Well, don't miss out. Visit amfam.com/Packers to enter. You have until the stroke of midnight on the 21st of October. Dream fearlessly, insure carefully.
All right, we need to play trivia before the doors officially open at Steinhoffels in Waukesha. I can't. This is like a rock concert. There's like thousands of people in the parking lot, or maybe none right now, but there will be later as we broadcast live from Steinhoffels in Waukesha. Let's play some trivia. Riley, what's today's category, and what caller would you like?
It's a great question, Jason. Let me pull up the show sheet real quick.
Oh, my God.
That would
Riley,
be,
come on.
See, I know what the category is. I'm trying to let you be part of it.
I
Jesse already took a segment from
How many
you.
state champions has the Forest had in track?
7.
7 state champions. We'll do caller 7.
That's not. He just made up a number.
Can you prove it's wrong?
Yeah.
No,
someone
I can't.
Someone fact check me on that.
All right, we'll do the fact checking. We're going to take caller 7.
We still don't know what the category
is on a Ram page.
That's
Questions
clever.
about the St. Louis/Los Angeles Rams. Caller 7 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We will play trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and heading into another big Saturday with a home game in Madison. I'm feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. I can tell you this, we were feeling good when my family worked with the pro painters from Holman Lindsay for our home's paint project. Holman Lindsay's pro painters were incredible. They did the job so much better than we could and made the whole process so much easier on us. All you have to do to get connected is stop into any of Holman Lindsay's Madison area locations, ask, and they'll help get you set up with the pro painters that are perfect for what you need. Remember, Wisconsin's best painters use Wisconsin's best paint, and Wisconsin's best painters are the pro painters at Holman Lindsay Paints. Holman Lindsay, great paint, great people. Stay tuned for Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
A slow start for Wisconsin's rushing unit. The Badgers' offense ranks 12th in the Big Ten for yards on the ground through 4 games. Luke Fickell wants to move away from a committee to potentially boost those numbers.
I don't know that you can play 4 and 5 running backs. It doesn't give them an opportunity to get into rhythms. What we need to find out is who can get hot and who with more opportunities are going to have a better chance for us. And there's bigger plays that need to be had, and we got to figure out if we're not giving them enough of those opportunities to get it. I can't tell you exactly who that'll be.
The Badgers will look to bounce back against the Purdue team whose rush defense ranks dead last in the Big Ten.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Make plans now for early October football at the Perk when UW Whitewater hosts UW Oshkosh this Saturday. These national-ranked Division III football powers kick off at 1 p.m. Arrive early for a great game day experience as it's Family Fest in Whitewater. Tickets are available at uwwsports.com. Watch national championship-level college football this Saturday at Perkins Stadium when the Warhawks welcome in the Titans at 1 p.m. for a huge conference matchup. Get tickets at uwwsports.com. Warhawk football, powered by tradition.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I'm not afraid of getting old, and I want less day from dying young. I see the light go past my shoulder. I want less day from dying young, and I'm not afraid of getting old, and I want less day.
Live from Steinhoffels as we celebrate their 90th anniversary. I'm still
90
planning.
years, man.
I'm still planning on doing this show when they do
90
their 100th
years.
anniversary. Whether we can keep Tausch for another 10 years or he leaves us because he's got more important things to do, we'll have to wait and see. Might be Wilde and Nelson by then. Who knows?
Oof.
Well, I don't know who'd listen to that.
Doubtful.
But I look forward to the 100th anniversary. For now, it's the 90th anniversary of Steinhoffel, so be sure to come in. The doors are now open. I know everyone's been waiting patiently for the store to
It would
open.
have been
so they
really
come
fun.
hang
We
out.
have a fan here that was trying to get in on the trivia, calling in. Didn't quite.
We've never had that where
It
we've
would've
been
been fun.
out somewhere and someone's right next to us
He
on
was
the phone
caller-
playing
he was
trivia.
caller 6, so
yeah,
he's close.
Very close.
Well, our contestant is right nearby, knowing my Milwaukee geography like I do. Sussex, not that far from
We haven't
Waukesha.
done enough Milwaukee trivia. I don't feel like we do enough geography trivia. I know
We've done it once a week for 2 years.
I feel like we could do more. I do.
Well, you definitely could do more. You've been skipping it quite a bit over the last several weeks.
Who skipped it Monday or Tuesday? You did, Washer Boy.
Wow, good comeback. All right, let's welcome in Sparky and Sussex. Sparky, good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. I'll make it through the day. Little depressed.
Yeah.
But
Tough to ask people how they're doing
Sparky,
today.
do you feel like, as you are a great Wisconsin sports fan, you love the Pack Brewers, do you feel blessed or cursed as a fan?
No, I definitely feel blessed. I think about places like Chicago or other places that don't even have professional sports. Some place like
Omaha,
Nebraska, or they got one thing going for them. That's it.
Amen, buddy.
All right, Sparks, here we go.
Tausch is ready to start trivia now.
Which of these cities has never been home to the Rams football franchise? Is it St. Louis, Cleveland, or Birmingham? Birmingham.
I don't know where Birmingham even is.
Jesse, I don't know if that's a funny one.
How many Coors Lights did you have last night?
Let's let Sparky answer, and then we'll address it.
I thought that last one kind of threw me a little bit, but I believe the second one was Cleveland, you said?
I did,
I'll go with Cleveland. Yep.
Oh, my God. What just happened?
It's actually Birmingham. It's never been the Birmingham Browns. Rams, whatever it is.
God.
I think there should be a protest already.
Yeah, Sparky's not going to use.
So, why are you saying Birmingham when it's Birmingham as the joke answer? Because they're playing the Rams.
Okay, but
the Birmingham Rams sounds preposterous.
The hyphen was key there.
I just thought you misspelled.
No, I didn't misspell Birmingham. It was a pun. Birmingham.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I can understand why you'd be frustrated.
Not
with that.
Birmingham.
Yeah, well, it's spelled Birmingham.
And now Sparky's on the raw end of this.
Yeah, Sparky, that's on me. I'll take some complaint for that.
You can file a protest with the commissioner.
My own fault.
If Sparky comes by to Steinhoffels, we could re-ask him the question. We'll come up with a different question to ask him in person, and
we will do a
redo on question one.
Entries.com, and that's not allowed.
All right, Sparky, let's bounce back. Question 2 is this.
Birmingham.
I think the hyphen would have helped.
Glad you enjoyed it.
I'll read whatever's on the teleprompter.
Indeed, Ron Burgundy Tausch.
Birmingham.
In 2022,
I didn't know what
I
still don't even know I don't even know what the topic is. Rams? Is that
Rampage is the category.
Okay.
Question 2. In 2022, the Los Angeles Grams became the second team in NFL history to win the Super Bowl in its home stadium. Which team did it first? Was it the San Diego Chargers, the Indianapolis Colts, or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Can you repeat those again? I'm still reeling from the last one.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
The Grandpa Bay Buccaneers.
Sure.
That's a good one.
All right, which of these teams won the Super Bowl in its home stadium besides the Rams? Was it the San Diego Chargers, the Indianapolis Colts, or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I believe it was Tampa Bay.
You believe to be right. Way to bounce back. Question 2.
Rampa Bay.
Oh, Grandpa Bay. That would have been a funnier way than Birmingham.
God.
Last one, Sparky. Which of these players is the Rams franchise rushing leader? The only running back in Rams franchise history to rush for more than 10,000 yards. Is it Eric Dickerson, Marshall Faulk, or Steven Jackson? Great question.
Ooh. Oh, boy. I know who I want to say, but I'm going to go with Steven Jackson.
This is really hard.
Nailed it. What a great answer, Smart.
What a great question, Jesse.
Yeah, it was good on all.
Thanks, fellas.
So you just have to take into account that Marshall Faulk played a lot with the Colts, so that was going to limit it. But I would have went Eric Dickerson.
And Eric Dickerson played a lot with the Colts.
They've had a lot of good running backs with the Rams franchise.
Yes,
and
indeed.
the fact that Steven Jackson is the all-time rushing leader is surprising.
That dude ran with some force now. He's going to smack you in the mouth.
His team's traditionally not that good. He played from 04 to 12. That was not the golden age of Rams football.
No, it was not.
He missed the Kurt Warner teams, and he missed the
He was
Sean
part of the
McVay
Mark
era.
Bulger teams, though, which were pretty good, too.
All right, Sparky, maybe we'll see you, maybe we won't, but we always support we always appreciate your support and loyalty of the show, buddy. Thanks.
Oh, you're definitely going to see me. You don't get rid of me this easily.
I almost wonder if this isn't a sign. I think we might go to Birmingham. I have not spent a lot of time in Alabama. I think I'm going to go to Birmingham now.
Okay, well, Tausch goes to Birmingham. He's going to tell us
Maybe
you can make some extra money at Fortria.
Well,
to
if
pay
you would
for
let
it.
me, I was going to say we get to Fortria Clinical Trials. Healthy, overweight adults.
If you would let me.
Age 18 to 65, BMI 30 to 40, study 3 stays, totaling 7 nights with 12 follow-ups, and you can grab yourself. So it'll be plenty of money to get to Birmingham. $14,148 for your time and participation. If you're for a friend, you get $350 more. Another study, healthy adults age 18 to 60, BMI 18 to 32, 1 stay, 14 nights, 11 follow-ups, $13,006 for your time and participation. Head over to FortriaClinicalTrials.com. That's Fortria, Fortrea, clinicaltrials.com.
We'll kick off the 10 o'clock hour live from Steinhoffel's in Waukesha in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. My name is Riley Yauk, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Just like that, a Brewers season filled with so much promise ends like so many others before it in heartbreak. They lost to the Mets last night in a do-or-die Game 3 by a score of 4-2. Jake Bauers and Sal Frelick hit back-to-back homers in the 7th, and it was all going the Crew's way into the 9th until it wasn't. The usually sterling Devin Williams collapsed, giving up a decisive 3-run home run to Pete Alonso. Here's Williams shouldering the blame for the loss.
This is the closest team I would say that I've played on, that's why it makes it that much more disappointing. Everyone did their job except for me, so, I feel like I let everyone down.
The Mets now move on to the NLDS to take on the Phillies this Saturday. The Badgers also host Purdue tomorrow at 11. Packers heading out to L.A. Their game's at 3:25.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch live from Steinhoffel's in Waukesha. I'm scrolling through the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed. Is this after the game, Jesse?
Yeah.
It's not you. Your hair looks great. Your face
Yeah.
not as great.
No, I was very sad. Very sad.
And then do you feel like because you have control of the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed, you have the right to retweet all Jesse Nelson tweets from that account, just so it gets a greater?
He definitely feels that way, and
Yes.
I don't have any problem with it.
Yeah, I do.
Now, when he puts his own personal opinions out there, like if he wants to get into the political campaigns and things like that, then I say no. But if it's at a sporting event showing, I am all on board with you doing that.
I think any time from the Wilde and Tausch account, if any of our fans follow that account, but not us for any particular reason.
Not you for any particular reason.
No, all of us. Like Tausch tweeted #Undaunted on Wednesday night after the big win. I retweeted that. You had the Moneyball clip that we retweeted from the
And
Wilde
now
and
we're
Tausch
daunted.
account.
I think we're all very daunted, though.
I saw that was retweeted as well. From
Yeah,
you
the
last night,
Moneyball
12
clip,
hours
fun
ago.
fact, that Moneyball clip was made by one of my best friend's older brothers. So shout out John Crofts.
That is a fun fact.
Yep.
John
What?
Crofts.
Yeah.
The music set to the home run.
Does he do this for a living, too?
Yeah,
Or is
he's
he-
tried to become like
he
a
looking for
Brewers
work?
social media guy. He
why
is
doesn't
looking for work,
Jesse, why
actually,
don't you-
Jason.
Jesse,
He is
why don't
looking
you
for
hire
work.
Crofts?
Yeah,
Well,
get Crofts on here.
He's giving us more content than
See if
you
he
are.
gets Steals
Seems
and Crofts.
like a great time to bring that up. Thanks,
Wow.
Riley. Yeah, I appreciate the heads up on this
Hey,
one.
You're welcome. Happy
All
to
right,
help.
well, we'll get you guys connected since Jesse
Tomb Raider
oversees that department. So we'll get him connected with your guy because that was really quality video.
It was good.
That was
It's a
very
good idea.
Yeah.
We could use somebody like that. And then maybe you could pick up a board shift or two when Jesse isn't available to produce. Time now, though,
Sure
for
there's
Jesse
volleyball games next week.
to take the show over
guess.
again because it's time now for Prize Picks of the Week presented by Prize Picks.
Yes, sir. Let's win some real money
By the
this
way, I was
week.
kind of irritated. I came back into your house, and you didn't let me hit the hotkeys when we were doing the show from the studio the other day. I like these hotkeys are fun. Continue.
I would agree.
Real projections from our friends over at Prize Picks.
When's the next time we're
I'm
going
not
to do
sure
a
why
show
you're giving me that
together
look.
again?
It's going to be a while, I think.
Jordan Love, more or less than 258.5 passing yards.
Yeah, this
389 last week.
This needs to be less. I'm not interested in another 50 throw game. This needs to be I'm dictating to you what's going to happen game. And that needs to be 25 to 32 throws. I don't want him more than 32 throws. I want him to be in that low 200s with a couple tutters, no picks, play a smart, consistent, give him another week to kind of get more comfortable on that leg. I don't want him. Nobody wants him throwing. Nobody wanted him to throw 50 sometimes for 400 last week, and certainly not on the road, out after a long flight. This needs to be a game management type situation for Jordan Love. I'm going less, and I feel really good about it.
I will agree. Circle gets the square. Jesse, who's next?
Next up, we have Matthew Stafford on the other side, more or less than 233.5 passing yards.
Yeah, I think he'll have more because there'll be some junk time throws. I feel like they're going to be behind and they're going to be chasing. Now, are they going to be able to protect him long enough to do it? 233 is not a big number. I think he'll end up with like mid-200s, 250, 270, somewhere in that ballpark. I think they're going to be chasing, so I'll go more.
Who's he throwing to?
That's a great
Is there a
question.
Higbee? Is there a Higbee on that team yet?
Yeah, I believe there's still a Higbee. Yeah.
I'm going to go less. I think this is going to be a get-well game for the Packers defense on a number of levels. I think will McKinney have his fifth pick in as many games? I don't know, but I think they're going to get after Matthew Stafford. I think he's going to get sacked a bunch, and I do not think he will finish with 233.5 passing yards.
The top three healthiest Rams wide receivers this week: Jordan Whittingham, Tutu Atwell, and DeMarcus Robinson.
Ooh, so Tutu Atwell. I'd be curious how many yards he's at. I'm going to go more.
Oh, interesting. All right. I'll get that for you in a minute. In the meantime, how about Josh Jacobs, your guy, Tausch? 65.5 rushing yards.
Well, I would normally say no-brainer, but the comments after the game last week where I don't sense they were real happy with some of the things that Josh Jacobs did in pass pro and some of the other stuff, I still think more because I think he's a competitor. I don't think he likes he didn't have a great week. I think this is your kind of tailor-made to get after it this week. But Old Boy had a pretty good – he did a nice job. I think they feel a lot better about bringing in Old Boy too. Emmanuel, I'm going more just because I think they're going to really, really emphasize running the football this weekend.
I believe it will be more as well. I also thought that Adam Stenovich said something very telling yesterday, the Packers offensive coordinator, when he said when he picked up the right guy, he was very good in pass protection about Josh Jacobs. So I believe
is that a compliment,
no, I said it was telling.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that means that he was having trouble identifying who he was supposed to pick up against the Brian Flores defense. Not facing Brian Flores this week. I think his playing time will be fine.
You know what happens in this league?
It comes at you fast.
No, well, that too. But teams see things that work on film. What do they do the next week? Let's see if you shored that up. Okay? Josh Jacobs will be tested, and just like Narvi needs to make kicks, Jakey needs to show I'm not going to blow a protection assignment and get my quarterback killed, because that happens again.
Yeah, it's
they
not
ain't gonna be
good.
out there.
Yeah. Next,
Tucker Kraft. I don't think
he's been a baller.
I don't think we've had him in the prize picks of the week yet this year. More or less than 3.5 receptions.
Ooh.
If they're throwing the ball at minimum like you want them to on Sunday, Tausch, maybe less.
I like more yardage because I think you can see his rack. He's got good rack. I think less on the catches, though. I think it'll be at 3. I'm going to go less.
Jason?
I'm going to go more. I think he'll have a 4-catch game, so I will go more.
That's a really good projection by Prize Picks.
I would agree, yes. I would also say this. I would love for him to have a big game because my Jason Eck-inspired story is going to have to wait a week because I really like what I've got on Jaden Reed, who taught me a new term, energy vampire, which I will explain a little bit later in the show. But it's really interesting. I had never heard this before. Totally going to use it in my story.
So he likes day games. Is that what that is?
No, well, I guess I'll explain it now.
Garlic.
Now that I've distracted you. So basically, you are an energy vampire. If you have bad energy,
vinegar, or is it's garlic that vampire?
Yeah, garlic.
Garlic, yes. Or vinegar. Vinegar's gross too. But
not a lot of time.
By the way, garlic is not gross at all. Garlic is
awesome.
awesome.
Like an apple.
Yeah, you're not just going to go, oh, garlic.
In a small dose, it is fine.
Diced up and like cooked with stuff, it always makes your food better.
It's great.
Tell me something you put garlic on you don't like better. Garlic bread, pizza. You put a little garlic in with chicken. Yeah. You put garlic in with anything, it's going to be better.
I don't like big, giant cloves of garlic in my food.
Nobody's saying that.
We've been making this egg roll in a bowl dish with cabbage and ground beef and chicken. You throw some garlic on there. So, it's very good.
Yeah, I just don't know what you're putting garlic on that's going to make it worse. Like, I don't know. Somebody could tell me.
Braden Narvison is next.
Captain Crunch cereal.
You're energy vampires. You are sucking the energy out of me.
Warm foods. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, Captain.
Because now all of a sudden, I'll put in milk. Okay. Yeah, we get it, Riley. Yeah, we're not. You don't just dump garlic on everything. But I'm telling you, if you
put cheese on everything, Tausch just put garlic on everything.
If you're cooking with something and you add garlic, you're going to be happy you added garlic.
Warm food.
Now,
I'm eating a
your
donut right now.
Your spouse might not like that afterwards because you get all garlic.
There's a laughter effect.
What about instead
garlic,
of like a cinnamon sugar donut, you had like a garlic powder donut?
Again, you're
Could that
cooking.
be good?
Yeah.
That's
I would
you
love
cook
it.
that, you fry
You tell
that?
me a little garlic, if you put the right mix with it, if it's a bacon.
Could work.
Yes.
Yeah, that actually could work. Never mind. That could work.
A bacon donut?
So you put a little bacon
What happened
on
there?
You put a little garlic on bacon.
Garlic
I guarantee
bacon
that's
donut.
gonna be good too.
Riley.
What? What?
Enough. Braden Narvison, more or less than 7.5 kicking points.
I'm out of the Braden Narvison game.
Oh, come on.
out.
I put this here just
I
for you,
am
garlic
out.
boy.
I'm out. I told you, once bitten, twice shy from a vampire standpoint. I'm not touching Narvi.
I didn't even do 1.5 made field goals, which is the projection.
I'm not touching Narvi this week.
7.5 points.
With Steinhoffel's partnership with the Packers and Special Spaces of Wisconsin, which leads to a $1,000 donation to Special Spaces with every field goal they make. I want him to have one of those Greg Joseph games where he makes 5 out of 5, and that's $5,000 happily donated by Steinhoffel's to Special Spaces.
7.5 points is 2 field goals and 2 extra points. I'm not sure he's making both extra points.
He hasn't missed an extra point yet.
He's perfect on extra points.
Until now that we said that.
So because you brought up the Steinhoffel's component to this, and I am a karma guy. I'm a good karma guy.
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to go more. I don't love it because I don't trust Narvi. I just don't, just like Matt LaFleur doesn't. And that's what scares me.
Yeah, they're going to send him to Birmingham.
Let me tell you something. If it's 4th and 3 and it's more than a 40-yard field goal, they're going for it. They're going to.
Who was the kicker of the Birmingham Stallions this year? Is that a guy that could
Bates. I think there's a Bates.
We've been over that guy.
All right, those are our prize picks of the week presented by Prize Picks, which Tausch really plays. Whether or not he'll play Braden Narvison, you are not committed to do so.
I'm not yet, but the only thing I don't love is the Caleb Williams little slot not available this week. But Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Over 10 million users. Prize Picks, the easiest, most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports, and it's simple. It's so simple I can play. Pick more or less on a 2 to 6 player stat projections. I'm definitely going to go Jordan Love with that number. What is that number again, Jesse?
258.5.
I'm going less because I think that's the way this game is going to go. I'll find my other ones. It might be Narvi. But the beautiful part is if I can go 4 correct picks, I can win 100 times on my money. Prize Picks is the best way to win real cash this season. I'm going to turn my sports opinions into real money. Sign up today. You get $50 instantly when you play a simple $5 entry. You don't need to even win to get that $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Download the app today. Use that code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5. Again, code WI to get the $50 instantly. Prize Picks, run your game.
Our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week live from Steinhoffel's.
Oh, did we get any reports from our team? Has the 565's analytics firm because we have to confirm and or deny whatever that's going to look like before we make these picks.
I think we all know that because you're trailing Jesse, you're looking for an easy way to make it.
I'm not. It's early in the season. I'm not worried about Jesse.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, you can say that all you want.
Geriad has a question for you, Tausch. If we do double points, if players negatively impact, is it also double negative points?
Well, I mean, the least you can get is 2 points, right? It'll be 6, 4, and 2 this week. That's how I would draw it up.
Yes.
So I don't think you can go negative.
But there are penalty points in place that haven't come into effect
yet. I would
yet.
think what we could start doing, and I'd leave this up to the analytics firm. If I pick Bo Melton and he drops a tutter and does not, a ball flips off his hands and it's an interception, I'm not opposed to the analytics firm saying, oh, that was so bad you lose a point. I'm okay with that. Gives those guys a lot of power, though. It does.
Well, we will make our picks, and then we'll see what happens. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love telling you all about Pizza Hut. My love for Pizza Hut goes all the way back to when I was a kid in school, participating in their Book It program. Man, I loved every time we'd get to enjoy the delicious pizza from Pizza Hut, and I still do. But whether you're hosting a huge party for a big game, or you're in search of the perfect solo meal for an afternoon watching games on the couch, Pizza Hut has the perfect selection for you to choose from. And have you tried the new My Hut box yet from Pizza Hut? Well, it's their way of changing up the usual combo game, and it's the ultimate solo meal. Starting at just $6.99, you can have your choice of a personal pan pizza or melts with a side of boneless wings or fries. You get to pick whatever entree and side you want. Order the My Hut box today, only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella, how'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 36 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2024.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. It's the September sell down at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Save up to $10,000 and get 0% APR on the 2024 Silverado 1500. Includes $4,877 dealer discount, $3,000 consumer cash, and $1,750 bonus cash. Must qualify for trade assistance $1,000. See all of our specials at Zimbrick Chevrolet East Madison, Sun Prairie, and ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Offer expires September 30th. You never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is partnering with Special Spaces Wisconsin and the Green Bay Packers to create dream bedrooms for children battling cancer all across Wisconsin. This season, every time the Packers make a field goal, Steinhoffels will donate $1,000 to Special Spaces Wisconsin. Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader since 1934, is 100% employee-owned, and is a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
One of the best parts.
Stop tumbling down.
God, you're talented. One of the best parts of doing this and having been with Steinhoffel since the very beginning. There's a joke in there about the couches at some point, I know. But one of the cool things we do is every week we do our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week, and then the Steinhoffel's social media team chimes in, right? But every time we do the show from a Steinhoffel's, we have one of the luminaries. Sometimes it's Chad.
Why are you poo-pooing Chad?
Yeah. Because he's not the president. His last name's not Steinhoffel. He's not the fourth generation.
Okay.
He's a very important cog in the Steinhoffel's machine, but he's not Andrew. We've got the president of the family-run, employee-owned Steinhoffel's participating in our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week this week. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal, and especially I have not seen if our 565 analytics firm Andrew, it's double points. Every time we do a remote at Steinhoffels, it's even that much more important. So your social media team, is chiming in always. So there's a little more pressure on you to really deliver the goods.
I'll do my best.
That's all
I make no promises, though.
All right, so before we get to our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week, this just handed to me by Lance Davis. It's the same thing I've been saying throughout the whole show, but he handed it to me anyway. It is the 90th anniversary celebration going on right now, and their weekend sale is their best brands, best prices sale. You'll save 10% off almost everything except for the Sistine Chapel ceiling that you can't take with you from the store here. And on Saturday, they've got the retro Bluetooth speaker doorbuster. I put mine away because I didn't want to lose the cords, but it is a thing of, it is so awesome how old school and new school it is. It's new technology, but celebrating 90 years right there. If you're watching on the YouTube feed, right there, look at this. This is amazing.
And I always, you're playing pickleball, it's always great. We have those little portable speakers. Now I'm going to be able to bring this out. And I believe it looks
like an old-timey radio.
The first 100 people, is that what happened? First 100 people get one of these little bad
if you're
boys?
101, you better know somebody because it'll be over for you. So Saturday, the first 100 people in on Saturday, whether it's this store, whether it's the one in my neighborhood in Green Bay, you will get a free Steinhoffel's retro logoed Bluetooth mini speaker just for swinging by, and I've got mine right here. Again, this is so great. All right, time now for our Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week.
Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Wakey, wakey.
Okay, campers, rise and shine.
It's time for the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week on Wilde and Tausch.
All right, Andrew, I know you don't like it when I say this, but you're kind of a big deal. So you're going to go first. That way, Tausch will have to be stuck with the low-hanging fruits.
And you know what? Even though he's the president, I still may be critical, depending on which way he goes.
I hope I don't disappoint.
It's been great having a great partnership with you. Can't wait till Tausch ruins it in about 3 minutes. Andrew, who you got?
Well, I'm going to go with the Packers defense this time and go with Isaiah McDuffie, a Boston College alumni.
I know a guy who went to Boston College.
Exactly right. Continuing the tradition of Boston College linebackers.
Are you happy as an alumnus that Jeff Hafley is the Packers defensive coordinator instead of the head coach now?
Great question.
That's a good question.
I ask the tough questions,
yeah.
even of presidents of important partners.
It's winning either way, right? So we'll take it.
This is why you're so good at your job. All right. Isaiah McDuffie is the selection of Andrew Steinhoffel. Tausch, you are up next.
So I do believe that the defense is going to dominate this game. I think that's what needs to happen for them to go out to L.A. and win. As much as I want to pick Rashawn Gary because I do think he's going to be a dog. I think he's going to end up being my dog of the game. I'm going to preemptively pick him as my dog of the game afterwards. I'm not going to do that because I think it's
calling from San Diego.
Hey, Justin. Swarming. So
I wanted to talk about last night's Brewers game. I want to talk about the Packers game this weekend. I'm going to SoFi.
Hi, Riley.
Yeah, we need to hit
if
that
we could
button.
turn off the person calling
we'll get Justin.
into the show.
Make sure you get his Steinhoffler. So I think the Josh Jacobs quotes were really interesting. And the fact that Steno said what he said yesterday, I think Emmanuel Wilson's going to get some carries now. I think he's going to get some reps. I think he's going to have a big play in the passing game. I think I'm going to end up gaining my double points and pulling in the lead over Jesse with picking Emmanuel Wilson as my Steinhoffel's sleeper of the week.
I am so thrilled by that selection because I think they're going to go back to Josh Jacobs, and you're going to end up with negative points, and we'll all be happy that you've pushed yourself further down the standings because I'm the one who needs the double points most desperately. And does that mean I can take a guy who dropped 3 passes last week? Is he a sleeper? Is Dontavion Wicks a sleeper?
Again, as Jesse is so eloquently put, everything, the expectation has to be above and beyond. You can't take the starter stars.
So Jaden Reed is not available because we all agree he is their number one receiver.
As we sit here right now.
All right. I think that would be a dirty pool if I took a guy who had 2 touchdown catches and is open 82% of the time he runs a route. So instead, I will select Bo Melton as my Steinhoffel sleeper of the week. Bo Melton, who did not go to Boston College, but is one of the guys that I like in that locker room. All right, those
Jesse,
are
who in proxy are you picking? I'll let everybody know. Javon Bullard.
Oh, 2 on defense, 2 on offense. We'll see who emerges.
I really think the defense can have a big game. I wanted to go Kenny. I'm going to probably regret not going Kenny, but I'm sticking with my guy.
How do you feel about Andrew's selection, since you had said that you were going to critique
I
it?
like it because you're hearing about everybody else, Quay Walker, and all it's going to take is McDuffie to make one play. He makes one big play, Andrew's going to be the big winner.
I'll take it.
All right, Andrew, I know you don't like it when I put you on the spot, but
So you're going to do it
But I'm
anyways.
going to do it anyway. So Demovsky can wait. You know, you guys obviously have been a fantastic partner of ours. You've been with us from the very beginning of this show, and that you know how much loyalty means to me, and I appreciate that. I do wonder, what is it like around here during the 90th anniversary celebration? Like, the fact that you can even say that. Like, when we talk about what you guys are doing with special spaces, at one point I say in there, since 1934, your destination for mattresses and furniture. What is it like to be part of that legacy? It has to be amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty great. We've been in Milwaukee for 90 years and throughout Wisconsin, and we continue to grow, and so it's an exciting time to be part of Steinhoffels, and I'm just really honored to continue kind of that family legacy for 90 years, and hopefully we get to 100 and another 90 after that. So.
And you've moved into Chicago Bears territory. How's that going for you?
So far, so good. It's a really great market for us. I think the Wisconsin nice and quality is playing well down in the Bears market. It's a little bit of an internal friendly rivalry, I'll say.
Nice.
With the Bears and Packers going back and forth.
We have the same thing with our friends at ESPN Chicago. And speaking of Chicagoans, a Chicagoland native, our friend Rob Demovsky, joins us next to talk Packers as they get ready for the Rams. Andrew, great pick. Great to spend time with you, buddy. We appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Rob Demovsky is next, live from Steinhoffels, although he won't be here. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. As the football season rolls on, the days are getting shorter, and you know what that means. Whether you want to hear it or not, winter is creeping up around the corner. So here's the thing. You can choose to ignore that the brutal Wisconsin winter is quickly approaching, or you can do the smart thing and think about getting your vehicle prepared now so you don't have any issues when that slippery snow first falls. I recommend stopping in to see the amazing service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Get a tune-up, check the battery, check your tires, that's a big one for the winter, change the oil, and make sure all the inner workings of your vehicle are in tip-top shape. You take my word for it, from summer road trips all around the state to driving to work in the tumultuous Wisconsin winter, Zimbrick Chevy is truly the name you can trust. Schedule a service appointment, view vehicle inventory, and learn more about all they have to offer at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Make plans now for early October football at the Perk when UW-Whitewater hosts UW-Oshkosh this Saturday. These national-ranked Division III football powers kick off at 1 p.m. Arrive early for a great game day experience as it's Family Fest in Whitewater. Tickets are available at uwwsports.com. Watch national championship-level college football this Saturday at Perkins Stadium when the Warhawks welcome in the Titans at 1 p.m. for a huge conference matchup. Get tickets at uwwsports.com. Warhawk football, powered by tradition.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. As always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices, guaranteed.
Ready for a golf adventure? Discover Prairie Pines Golf Club, just outside of Madison in Sun Prairie. This is Sarah Tauscher. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, the stunning 18-hole course at Prairie Pines offers the perfect challenge for every skill level. Go experience their newly renovated front nine. It's better than ever. Grab your clubs, bring your friends, and tee off in style. Book your tee time now at prairiepinesgolfclub.com. That's prairiepinesgolfclub.com. Prairie Athletic Club, family fun community.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you can come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
We're on the Brewers.
This team has given you reasons to open up your heart.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
Cheerios swinging a ball, drilled, deep left field. Grand slam!
100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
You know what that music means? Every Friday he joins us. Nobody better in this business. From ESPN, NFL Nation, it is Rob Demovsky on Wilde and Tausch. Rob, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Are you speaking into a tin can, Jason? It's like the echo is unbelievable.
Oh, well, I'm sure that's Riley's fault, too. No, you sound great to me. You look great in your office at Lambeau Field. Hey, talk to Rashawn Gary for me in case I don't get there in time for locker room. Quick question before we get into the Packers. So, and I don't want to go down this road for me again, but because you do the same job as I do, these guys struggle to understand the not a fan concept. So of teams that exist, who are you fans of other than Roan and Hogan Demovsky's teams that they play on?
Mostly just friends of mine that I have met over the years in this business, whether it's coaches I've covered that I've enjoyed that have gone on to other places, or just people I've become friends. I root for the people there, not the jersey name, I guess, if that makes any sense. It's just I've told the story before, probably. I'll tell it again. There was one time when the Badgers were Badgers football team, and you'll have to correct me or tell me what year it was because I don't really remember. But they were in the Big Ten championship football game. I think they were playing Penn State. Was out with a bunch. Maybe I think it was Penn State. Either way, we were out with a bunch of friends having a great time in a local establishment. I was only half watching the game, but it was we were just having one of the best times out I've ever had. The Badgers lose. Game's over. It's like 10:05. Everyone's gone. I was like, what just happened? Like it's over. The night's over because your team lost. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't expect these guys to understand.
Yeah,
that
I think
either.
you guys are just a little jaded, if I'm being honest.
It just changes you. This job changes you. I don't want to waste time on it. I'm just glad that
you guys are jaded. That's what it comes down to.
When I was a kid, right. I was a huge DePaul basketball fan. My dad went there. They were
Ron Meyer.
Have no idea. People probably have no idea that DePaul basketball was actually good in the 80s and 90s. But I remember going to NCAA tournament games, Sweet 16s, as like, I don't know, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grader. and just having my heart broken every year. And maybe I just decided that was enough.
Well, Tausch will show off more of his Blue Demons knowledge as we continue with our
Rosemont
time with
Horizon
you.
is where they play.
That's right.
But be that as it I would love to discuss your fandom all day, but instead let's talk about the team that you cover.
In fairness, you brought it up.
I did.
Rob, are they going to get this pass rush fixed? That's what we've talked about a bunch this week. The Rashawn Gary component, Kenny Clark. Last week, not good enough up front. This week, the Rams' offensive line is beaten down. What's the vibe? What are you expecting to see out at SoFi this weekend?
Well, I can only understand about every eighth word of that in the echoes, but I think you asked about the pass rush, Tausch, and the one thing that struck me is that the Packers are allowing quarterbacks the most time in the pocket of anybody in the league. Like, to me, that's just that's where it starts, right? Like, you have to disrupt the pass. You have to disrupt the quarterback, and however you can do it, whether it's blitzing more. I don't know if there's anybody on this defense that can go to Jeff Hafley and say, this is what we need to do, and we need to do it this way. The old days, Leroy Butler would always go to Fritz Shermer and say, we need to blitz more, and then they'd blitz more. Now, I don't know if that was just Fritz already planning to blitz and letting Leroy think that he had that kind of control over the defense. But, we're still, I know we're only, we're 4 games into this thing. I still don't know enough about the inner workings of how Jeff Hafley plays defense to know what the fix is. All I know is that they have to get more pressure on the quarterback, and that's just the bottom line.
Rob, when you talk about that, though, let's talk a little bit about Rashawn Gary. You and I and the rest of the group had an exchange with Jeff Hafley. What's realistic to expect out of him? I thought Jeff Hafley's answer about he's got to do more for us and we've got to do more for him was a great little kernel of honesty in a very long series of answers that were protecting his player from his lack of production.
The echo is gone, by the way, so Jesse must have worked your magic.
Jesse, I'm sure Jesse had nothing to do with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, Rashawn Gary he didn't just forget how to pass rush, okay? Like, that's just, let's just get that out of there, get that out of the way right now. His pass rush win rate, I know Tausch loves this stuff, in 2021 was 14.6%. In 2022, it was 23.5%. Like, that's off the charts, right? Last year, 9.6%. This year so far, 10.4%. I know it's only one metric, but he actually had more sacks last year. Of course, he played more games in 2023 than he did in 2022. But he had 9 sacks last year with a 9.6% win rate. And the year before, in 9 games, he had a 23% pass rush win rate, and he had 6 sacks. So I guess the more I read this, the less I have any idea what it means. But, I'm doing this on the fly.
And Tausch just shrugs.
Dynamite drop, Rob.
Bold.
I guess stats are for losers, and they don't mean anything other than they need Rashawn Gary to get after the quarterback more. But I still go back to the same thing, and Rashawn Gary did not forget how to pass rush. It's a little different scheme, I get it, but I don't know that the Rashawn Gary's contract was a complete disaster conversation is the right one to have on October 4th.
No, but they need more out of him, right? And he's not getting double-teamed more than Micah Parsons is. He's not getting double-teamed more than Myles Garrett is. Those guys are elite-level players who get a lot of attention from opposing offenses too. And so why I thought this was interesting, Rob, was that it's great that Jeff Hafley wants to take the blame that he's not doing enough to help him, moving him around more, et cetera.
Yeah.
But when those opportunities come, he has to cash in. That's true of any player. I don't care what his contract looks like.
Yeah.
Just like Dontavion Wicks getting open 82% of the time, if the ball gets thrown to you, you can't drop it. And he knows that.
Right.
I just think that, there's got to be some ownership here of, hey, we don't have to protect Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary knows he's got to get home more.
Yeah, I think those are two great points about two players, but with different issues. I mean, Dontavion Wicks
Sure.
is a mental. It's a mental thing. The coaches said it's mental. He said it was. Rashawn Gary, this is a physical thing. He's not, like I said, he's not forgetting his rush moves. The thing that I find really interesting, and I'm not sure what to make of it or why it's happening. Is like in training camp, there was nobody that was more dominant defensively than Rashawn Gary. Day after day, pass rush after pass rush, series after series. This guy was in the backfield nonstop. Now maybe it's the offensive line he was going against, and maybe that was Zach Tom didn't play a whole lot of team in training camp, but I still find it hard to believe that he's not able to do what we saw him do just 7-8 weeks ago.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the kicking game. You had a great conversation with Braden Narveson talking about how on other teams he wouldn't be here still. What are your expectations for him, knowing that his next kick could be his last if his inconsistency continues?
Yeah, I think the issue, Jason, is not just that, but what are the other options? And at this point,
right,
until Greg Joseph gets released from New York when their regular kicker comes back, I don't know that there's a good option out there. Alex Hale is here as the practice squad international player. I don't think he's ready to kick in the NFL. At least he didn't show that from what we saw during late in training camp when he got here. Now we don't get to see him kick in practice all the time, but I find it interesting that Braden Narveson, it's almost like he knows, he's like another miss and I'm in trouble. And he's like, I'm just going to go cut it loose and whatever happens, happens, which I think from a mental standpoint is probably the way to approach it. Now, from a physical standpoint, he said it's very clear what's happening is that plant foot, the left foot is getting, too far wide or open, and therefore it causes him to swing more to the right. I mean, it's like a golfer. The more he aims left, the more he slices it, right? It's just I just think that for whatever reason, he's unable to, at least has been unable to get that motion perfected. So there's two aspects of this. There's the technique, and then there's the mental aspect of it. And as you know, from talking to kickers over the years, both of those things are equally important.
No doubt about it. So, Rob, did you find the conversation with Steno about Josh Jacobs as interesting as I did?
What I found, Tausch, interesting is a lot of things. Is that for one, Matt LaFleur, when asked after the game, why it was more of a split, he talked about pass protection issues. Okay, well, we had never heard previously any issues with Josh Jacobs' pass pro. I still say this, and I don't think we've had a chance to talk to Jacobs this week, have we, Jason? At least I have not seen him in the locker room or haven't had a chance to talk to him.
I have not.
But on the very first carry, he came. I think it was his first carry. He came to the sidelines, and the doctors or the training staff, medical staff, was looking at both his hand and I believe it was his right ankle. To me,
correct.
And they never announced an injury, and he's not on the injury report. But I just wonder if something happened there that threw him off a little bit, mentally or physically. And then, the idea of, after the 32 carry game, everyone thought that was going to be the norm. Well, I don't, not even that the norm, but 25 carries would be the norm. And I don't know that I ever necessarily bought into that because Matt LaFleur's never really done that before, regardless of who he's had at running back. So, look, I think when you pay him, what do they pay him? $12 million this year. You expect him to not split snaps with an undrafted free agent who barely played last year as a rookie. So I think that's definitely something that I would like to keep an eye on and see how it happens this week. Because if this becomes, like a pattern, then you're like, well, why did we pay Josh Jacobs the kind of money that we're paying him?
Yeah, especially watching Aaron Jones play a pretty good game at Lambeau. So do they trust Josh Jacobs in pass pro right now?
I mean, based on Matt LaFleur's comments after the game, you would say that there's issues there, which is, another thing that I'd like to ask Jacobs about and ask him what they're telling him and what he needs to do better at.
Because it's not he's missing blocks. It's that he wasn't blocking the right guy, right? Is that not how
that was what Steno sounded like yesterday, right?
Yes, correct. It was an assignment issue.
And Rob, last one for me. So Is this not a game the defense needs to just own? You're heading out to L.A. They are beat up. No wideouts. Coop and Puka not playing. Their O-line beaten down. So you can't imagine if the Packers are throwing more than 30 times. I think this is a game that got away from what their plan should be. This should be a suffocate, run the football, play smart. Don't give the Rams any opportunities. Make them earn everything. And if you do that, you should be flying back with a win. Is that how you see it?
I do. And the other thing I think, Tausch, that I think could be a factor, it's part of the passing game, but it's really more of a physical part of the passing game. To me, this is like tailor-made for a Tucker Kraft kind of a physical, let him, make tough catches over the middle. Did someone pick him for the Steinhoff sleeper of the week?
No, but would you say he's over 3.5 catches?
He's going to get more than 3.5 catches, Rob. That's what we're really interested in.
Especially with Luke Musgrave not practicing all week, looks like he won't go. I think this is a game where it's a physical football game, and they, not that they score 35 points, but they go out and score, 24, and they do it in a grinded out way, and they win a game like 24-13, where both ends of the both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball hold up their end of the bargain because of exactly what you're talking about with the Rams offense.
Well, it's great to have you and Tausch on the same page. Last thing, you're going to head out to practice in a little while. You mentioned Luke Musgrave. Jair Alexander was limited yesterday, which I don't know if we were expecting him to return to practice this week or not. What would that – I know Sarah Barshop's team out in L.A. does not have a whole lot of wide receiver health going on, but – what would it mean to get Jair and potentially Carrington Valentine back? Would have been nice if you're a Packers fan to have him last week as opposed to this week.
That's for sure. And aren't you supposed to introduce her as former ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison intern, Sarah Barshop? Isn't that?
I introduced her as my protege, really, more than anything else. So my mentoring was such a
she
critical
did
part
okay
of her
in spite
development.
of your mentorship.
Indeed.
Exactly. But
a lot of them have.
The one thing that I think is interesting about Jair is that if you look at the injury report, it's only groin. Last week he had the quad injury that he was able to practice through on Wednesday, and then Thursday he got hurt, and it was the groin, not the quad, that was the issue. So I know they're both soft tissue injuries, but a groin for a guy who's got to put his foot in the ground and use his speed is not necessarily the easiest injury. I don't know whether practicing yesterday on a limited basis and today will be enough to, let him play this week. But I mean, if they can, get him back, is it Arizona or Houston after that?
Arizona, then Houston, then Jacksonville are the next three.
Yeah. I mean, looking at Arizona, Marvin Harrison Jr., I believe he's leading the league in touchdown catches with 4. There's only 2 guys that have more than, Dontavion Wicks is 3, and Marvin Harrison is one of them. So, obviously, you can't do anything about last week. You would have loved to have both those guys. Carrington Valentine, Jace, he seems like he's been hurt basically since training camp, right? He missed a ton of training camp. And now, after playing a couple games and really seemingly his playing time was on the upswing in that sort of split with Eric Stokes. And now he's back, being injured again. I thought Carrington Valentine was one of the great stories and the great rookie stories of last season. And, right now he's been a non-factor.
All right, Rob, safe travels to Los Angeles. We look forward to catching up with you on Green Bay game day before the game. And we'll talk to you again next week, and I'll see you hopefully later today if I can get back to Lambeau in time. Thanks, buddy.
Sounds good. On all the great travel arrangements that I made for myself, I fly to Detroit to go to L.A., so that'll be a nice long one.
Tausch, any California recommendations for him?
He only spent a month there.
Yeah, go up to Napa and Sonoma.
Yeah, I only had that much time.
The Jordan Winery, you got.
I like to go when I'm in LA. I like to go to Santa Monica and just walk on the beach there and the pier, but I don't know if I'm going to make it this time.
Like Costanza, considering his life, he is Rob Demovsky in Los Angeles. Thanks, buddy.
All right, we'll see you.
We got one more little segment of the 10 o'clock hour live from Steinhoffels, where, again, we are celebrating their 90th anniversary. Make sure you come in tomorrow, and if you're one of the first 100 people, you get one of those really cool retro Bluetooth mini speakers with the Steinhoffel's old school logo. I saw Andrew Steinhoff had a hat with the old school logo. I'm going to see if I can get me one of those. It was pretty sharp. I added to my collection down in the radio studio in our basement. More live from Steinhoffel's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson to tell you about Madison Weight Loss, a program that I've been experiencing over the last close to 60 days, and I'm happy to share that I'm closing in on being 40 pounds down simply by changing what I eat every single day, and it's all thanks to the great guidance from the team over at Madison Weight Loss. You have an app where you track all of the food that you consume every single day. You track your weight, you track your water intake. You have coaching from the doctors and the team that helps support everything that's going on to tell you what you're doing well, what you need to improve upon, what you need to focus on. Keeps you motivated, gives you recipes and ideas for ways to continue to stay healthy and live a more naturally energized life. That's what I've experienced over the last 60 days with Madison Weight Loss, and I encourage you to do the same. If you're looking to shed those pounds and you just can't find the program that works best for you, Madison Weight Loss has worked for me, and it can do the same for you. Get a free consultation scheduled at MadisonWeightLoss.com, in person or virtual, MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
A slow start for Wisconsin's rushing unit. The Badgers offense ranks 12th in the Big Ten for yards on the ground through 4 games. Luke Fickell wants to move away from a committee to potentially boost those numbers.
I don't know that you can play 4 and 5 running backs. It doesn't give them an opportunity to get into rhythms. What we need to find out is who can get hot and who with more opportunities are going to have a better chance for us. And there's bigger plays that need to be had, and we got to figure out if we're not giving them enough of those opportunities to get it. I can't tell you exactly who that'll be.
Wisconsin-Purdue kicks off at 11 a.m. on Saturday.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
Football fans, tailgating season is here. There's no better way to celebrate football being back than with Boda Box Wine. Boda Box is giving away tickets to 2 separate winners for a VIP Green Bay game day and tailgate party experience for the November 24th game against San Francisco. Fans, enter by scanning the QR code posted at participating Boda Box retailers in Wisconsin through October 30th. Winners will be announced on November the 1st. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Boda Box Vineyards, Manteca, California. Visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com for more details.
This truck season, think about all the things you can do in a Chevy truck. You'll be able to, or you can even just, with impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and multiple powertrains, Chevy trucks have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 12th for pitchers, catchers, and position players. This annual event has attracted the top talent from across the Midwest for 13 years. This is your chance to showcase your skills in front of the top colleges in the country, and the camp is open to all players in the 2025 through 2028 grad classes. Visit grbacademy.com to register now. Raise baseball. Raise your game.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
Tausch, I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but that was kind of the vibe that we started with today because of the Brewers losing Game 3 to the Mets 4-2 last night after taking a 2-0 lead into the final inning. How concerned are you going to be if a get-well game turns into a, they're still sick game, and they don't – I mean, it's still a road game. These are still NFL players.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. I don't want to make – but this would be very concerning if they don't win this game.
Yeah,
very concerning.
I'm starting to get the vibe of that Patriots game 2 years ago when the Patriots were bad. It was the first year without without Brady. And it was Bailey Zappi. They came to Lambeau, ended up going to overtime. Paul Chris got fired at the end of the game.
I remember that very vividly.
That's the kind of vibe I'm getting.
He didn't even have anything to do with that game, and he got fired.
That's the vibe I'm getting from this weekend's game, where it's like, all right, should be cakewalk city. Rams are banged up.
It's on the road.
For whatever reason, it feels like the Packers play with their food a little bit for a while.
Yeah, like Scar in The Lion King. All right, well.
Scar, right, Tausch?
I don't want to make it out like this is going to be like you're playing a cupcake in the beginning of a season in college football. That's not where this is. But you could not ask to play a team at a better time. You know, they always say when the schedule comes out, it's not who you play, it's when you play them. This is exactly what you're looking for. They are beaten down. You need to suffocate them.
Boa constrictor.
Whatever. But suffocate City. And I don't necessarily care what the score ends up being. I don't need it to be a juggernaut, some big showcase of, how great our Arsenal is. That'll be great. That'll mean that things have kind of progressed the way you're hoping. But this just needs to be a dub, period.
Do you think when, real Steinhoffel shoppers come in here and the three of us knuckleheads are in the front, they're sitting there they're going to get a bedroom set or something. They're like, what the heck is happening here at the beginning of this store?
Your mind works in funny ways.
It was funny to watch them.
That definitely just happened.
Danny was thinking the same thing.
That definitely just happened. They're just here for a new bed set.
And they're wondering why Jesse has a container of Glazers on top of his laptop.
Well, because it's time to talk about my favorite pit stop, Quick Trip. Take a trip down memory lane at the bake sale. Get those cookies just like Grandma used to make. Grab a dozen for $4.99 and a 4-pack of your favorite cookies for only $1.99. If you're looking for something for breakfast, well, those big, supple, delicious muffins, only $1.99. The bake sale's perfect for sharing or just treating yourself. And it's not just the sweets at Quick Trip that you're into. You know the chicken. We grabbed some chicken last night. Max had a couple chickens after the roasted chicken every Monday for $5.99. Bone-in or tenders, $9.99 on Wednesday. And they're hand-breaded, boneless, and beautiful. But wait, there's more deals at Quick Trip. 99 cents for a loaf of the Quickery white bread. 99 cents for 5-ounce kitchen cravings, boneless pork loin chops. Don't forget the coffee. I grabbed me a big old 20-ouncer today for my drive down. You can get a 12-ounce bag of gourmet Cafe Caruba coffee for $7.99. Just download the Quick Rewards app. Order ahead, earn points, order all your favorites, plus pizza, take-home meals, and take care of the payment. Just stop by, pick it all up, or you can get it brought out to you curbside.
Quick Trip. All right, so we've got the 11 o'clock hour. We've got the weekend preview and then your headline of the week, which I think everyone figured out pretty effectively, again, on our social media channels.
They're not that hard to guess normally.
There's a couple. I know the one that I'm supposed to be working on, one of the two that I have been assigned, I think is not as easy.
There's a little nervousness within the academy that you're going to get this done. And I also said
I was going to do it this past week, and then I realized it's like week 8 and week 16 that I have. Oh. And here's my concern.
Okay.
You know, you guys did a great job of planning. What happens when certain things happen that may adversely affect the storyline that you have selected for that week?
Hey, you do you. We have given you complete quality and creative control.
No, you haven't. You gave me a script.
You can do what you
creative
want with
control.
None whatsoever. Hey, read this.
Well, today's was good. I liked today's. I thought it was one of our better ones.
I thought my acting once again shined through. You guys are amateurs in comparison. We will get to that during the 11 o'clock hour. We need to get to the weekend preview to kick off the 11 o'clock hour. I am curious, Jesse, are you going to, again, usurp that segment, or are we going to let Riley go through the games, and then you can respond to
whatever you guys want.
Well, it keeps him from answering the phone and putting the people on the
air.
That
is true.
That was an awkward deal.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
All right, so Riley, be ready. The weekend preview kicks off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes live from Steinhoffels as part of their 90th anniversary celebration, and lots of shoppers coming through wondering what the heck we're doing in their foyer area. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Make plans now for early October football at the Perk when UW Whitewater hosts UW Oshkosh this Saturday. These national-ranked Division III football powers kick off at 1 p.m. Arrive early for a great game day experience as it's Family Fest in Whitewater. Tickets are available at uwwsports.com. Watch national championship-level college football this Saturday at Perkins Stadium when the Warhawks welcome in the Titans at 1 p.m. for a huge conference matchup. Get tickets at uwwsports.com. Warhawk football, powered by tradition.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's always pressure. You got to find ways to deal with that pressure and handle as best you can to be the best.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
Obviously, there's going to be things that turn up along the way. You got to be able to adjust.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
For the Green Bay Packers, they hope Sunday at the Los Angeles Rams serves as a get-right game of sorts following an interesting loss to the Minnesota Vikings in week number 4. The Vikings game was the return game for Packers quarterback Jordan Love, who missed the previous 2 matchups with a sprained MCL. Love, heading into week 5, says he feels pretty good.
I'm definitely, I like where my knee's at coming out of the game, and like I said, it gives me some confidence going forward, but try and limit those hits as much as possible.
It's Packers and Rams, 3:25 kickoff Central Time this Sunday. I'm Alex Strope.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Sports Center updates on 100.5 ESPN are brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison. Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit MetroKiaofMadison.com.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station.
I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down on my last breath. Even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, live from Steinhoffels in Waukesha as they celebrate their 90th anniversary celebration. They've got the weekend sale going on right now. Best brands, best prices, 10% off almost everything. And don't forget, if you get here tomorrow, and if you're one of the first 100 people through the door, you'll get one of these awesome free Steinhoffels retro-logoed mini Bluetooth speakers. They are fantastic. They're really neat if you like that kind of nostalgic look. Time now for the weekend preview.
Okay, so am I running this segment or is Jesse?
Oh, my God.
Okay.
You know what I love? Planning the show on air. Run it, Riley.
Which one, 5 games in the football docket this weekend, which one are you most interested in watching? And which one are you going to take a nap, as Jesse puts it, on your new couch from Steinhoffels?
Nice.
Maybe with the couple who got their new bed set and looked at you guys weird. Starting with Michigan State at number 6, Oregon. Jason Wilde's Oregon. Friday, 8 p.m. on Fox.
Friday night football.
A little Friday Night Lights action, or you could watch the Prep Mania game going on tonight as well.
Wanakee Sun Prairie East, Jason. It's a good one.
Hunter on the call,
Hunter
right?
Vaughn and the Dean have it tonight.
Oh, our number 1 team.
Yep, A-Crew tonight. Big game.
Good. They're good, although Riley has the call of the year right now.
He's got the call of the year.
He's got Coy.
A lot of game left.
Got lucky. It was a very, very
He also
amazing
had 47 to nothing
I
the other day.
believe that was
so.
DeForest, which is
It was.
It was.
theme,
Seven.
right?
Norskies.
7 state champions in track, by the way. Second game on the docket will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. after the Badger game. Rutgers, streaking Rutgers, undefeated Rutgers at Nebraska on Fox Sports 1. The nightcap of the college football slate tomorrow, number 10, Michigan, the Wolverines at the Huskies, who lost to Rutgers last week, 6:30 p.m. on NBC. And moving on to the professional circuit, the Jets taking on the Vikings Sunday at 8:30 a.m. on NFL Network over in London. London calling. I'll stop with the accents. Jason will get mad at me. And finally, the Sunday Night Football game also on NBC. Cowboys at Steelers. Which one are you guys taking?
So I've become a big fan of the Friday night games. I watched a little bit from Cali last week, Rutgers, Washington. Michigan State does nothing for me. We don't play them. I'm just not. It is a nondescript, like, blah, whatever. This is going to be surprising to you. Rutgers at Nebraska. Because we play Rutgers next week, I'll obviously want to watch. I don't know if I'll be able to watch most of it because our game will be wrapping up at Camp Randall. But that's the game that's intriguing. Rutgers the real deal now. Rutgers is showing some things now. So I'm a little nervous about Rutgers now, heading out to Piscataway. Normally you'd think that's check it off. We'll be dogs in that game. And that's the game that I'm probably most intrigued of. The ones, the Jets-Vikings will be awesome. I love
Fun
that.
one.
I love that 8:30 London window. I do. Love it. And when you got A-Rod going against the undefeated Minnesota Vikings, that is the other game. Those would be the two that I'm intrigued by. The other ones, meh. It's kind of a bummer weekend of college football, if I'm being honest with y'all. Not a lot of great games.
It's a rematch of the national championship game in prime time. Michigan, Washington.
Neither team's very good. Neither team's very good.
Rutgers, Nebraska, I agree with you. Sneaky good game. That Wisconsin at Rutgers, it's an 11 a.m. kick next week. That's probably going to be Fox's big noon kickoff.
Maybe.
For the first time ever, I think they're going to Rutgers.
I just love the fact that it's a noon kickoff Eastern. That I like.
Jets-Vikings is the one that I'm going to pick. That's by far the most intriguing game. Standalone window, early Sunday morning. Love it.
I'm going to be going to a high school game tonight. I've got some high school students and 8th grade students that want to go to a football game, so I will not be watching.
Who are you going to see?
Ducks. That's privileged information.
Now, do you feel comfortable dropping them off and letting them?
No, I go, I find a picnic table, and I write.
What?
Okay. I don't get you at all.
The school requires if you have a 8th grader or a middle schooler of any kind that a parent be at the game with them.
Who's monitoring that?
I don't know who's monitoring it. I'm telling you what the rule is.
Yeah, how do they keep track
rules.
of that?
Yeah, I'd be fascinated. Here we go.
I think you have to come in with your parents.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Hey, it is what it is.
Can't wait to get back to my basement.
Next.
What if you leave?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fascinated.
Well, I'm not going to because I follow the rules sometimes.
So you're going to go to a game and you're not even going to watch the game? You're going to sit at a table and write an article?
I have work to do. I work.
Yeah.
Just like you were grading tests.
Everybody's grinding away.
That was grading tests. Yeah. I love grading tests.
All right. Whoa, Nelly, or whatever we're doing. I don't know if this is Whoa, Nelly. Let's move on.
Which game you guys be sleeping through now? Which game are you least looking forward to
All
on
of them
the
but
slate?
those two for me. Like Michigan, Washington, I could give 2 rips. Like less than 2 rips. Oh, it's
Like
the
one
defending
rip?
national champion. No, it's not. It's a different year. It's over. It's done. Move along. What?
Is this all because I'm going to a high school game?
It's kind of weird what you're doing at the high school
No,
game.
I don't give
but
to. Jason does what he does. I'm going to critique it, and I'm going to move on. But I just don't fully yet. Like I said, there's 2 games. The Rutgers game is the most intriguing to me outside. That Minnesota game with Aaron Rodgers and the Jets is intriguing to me, too.
Yeah.
Everything else, go ahead and get a good nap.
I look forward to seeing Mike McCarthy's team on Sunday Night Football yet again. we're always rooting for Big Mike around here as well. All right, that's it.
Is Mike getting through the season? Their schedule
Yes.
they're not favored the next 6.
I'd say yes.
I would too. I don't think he'll be their coach in 2020.
He's not going to be their coach.
All right, that's it for the weekend preview presented by Associated Bank. You can take it to the bank that one of us will be watching one of these games at some point during the weekend, as you confirmed there. But what you can really do at Associated Bank is know that your money works for you. And if you got direct deposit, you can have access up to your money up to 2 days early with early pay.
Oh, look at this.
Sparky.
I would say this for those that are listening on terrestrial radio or watching the video, since Sparky is not visible right now. We do have our friend Sparky here at Steinhoffels. Want to remind you, though, again, you get the best customer service in the industry with Associated Bank. They've got the awards to prove it. So check out AssociatedBank.com to find out
He needs to be
more.
in the Hoff. I think he's got to be a Hoffer. I do.
He's making a good case.
He comes to the remotes. He calls in. You see him. You could tell. I think
he went to London with
again.
you.
This is all Jason. He is the arbiter.
The Yule log burns hot.
Yes, it does.
Getting after
Indeed.
it. We need to get after headlines. Those are next. Live from Steinhoffels, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's always pressure. You got to find ways to deal with that pressure and handle as best you can to be the best.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
Obviously, there's going to be things that turn up along the way. You got to be able to adjust.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
For the Green Bay Packers, they hope Sunday at the Los Angeles Rams serves as a get-right game of sorts following an interesting loss to the Minnesota Vikings in week number 4. The Vikings game was the return game for Packers quarterback Jordan Love, who missed the previous 2 matchups with a sprained MCL. Love, heading into week 5, says he feels pretty good.
I'm definitely, I like where my knee's at coming out of the game, and like you said, it gives me confidence going forward. But try and limit those things as much as possible.
It's Packers and Rams, 3:25 kickoff Central Time this Sunday. I'm Alex Strope.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes and High Life Lights. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, including one featured dive bar that will offer $2 High Lifes and High Life Lights for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin like Cahoots Bar, The Wisco, Tootsie's Bar and Grill, and the Nitty Gritty in Middleton.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store in Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 12th for pitchers, catchers, and position players. This annual event has attracted the top talent from across the Midwest for 13 years. This is your chance to showcase your skills in front of the top colleges in the country, and the camp is open to all players in the 2025 through 2028 grad classes. Visit grbacademy.com to register now. Raise baseball. Raise your game.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Live from Steinhoff's in Waukesha. Time now for headlines presented by Fleet Farm. Oh, if you could only see what happens in the commercial breaks. If you came to Steinhoff's, you'd know. And if you go to Fleet Farm's Toyland, you'll be able to do that starting Saturday, October 12th. So you still have another week before Toyland opens, but be there bright and early at 7 a.m. when they open, and you will get a free Fleet Farm exclusive toy, and you'll be able to shop all the great deals from this year's top toys. You can also learn more about Toyland and preview the catalog today by visiting fleetfarm.com/Toyland. That way you'll be ready when it opens a week from tomorrow. Also, Milwaukee Deal Days are going on right now at Fleet Farm. Shop in-store through Wednesday to find great deals on powerful Milwaukee tool combos, storage, and accessories that you can rely on. So don't miss out. Shop Milwaukee Deal Days in-store only at Fleet Farm. Time now for headlines.
We've buried the lead.
But it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, I've read the headlines.
It's time to predict this week's headlines.
All right, it is time for headlines. Our entries, Jesse, have been completed.
They have.
So now we can reveal the film that the Tauscher Academy players acted out. I was in this one, too. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good one.
This was a good one.
I got to play Dan Devine.
I'm guessing a pretty easy one for people. Nobody got this one wrong on the chat.
No one got it wrong. No, there were a lot of correct guesses that we'll have to choose from.
Rudy
for
had
our
a specific set of skills.
And again, every week when we do this, since we haven't reviewed the rules here for a while, so
there are rules?
We post these on Friday mornings from the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed and Facebook pages, X, some may know as Twitter. You have until 11 a.m. Central Time to text your guess on the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line, and then we will pick one random winner each week who goes into the drawing at the end of the season for the grand prize drawing, a 2025 Green Bay tailgate experience with ESPN Wisconsin at a home game next year.
That's correct.
All right, so now it's time, if you are watching on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, you will see the brilliant acting skills. If you're listening on terrestrial radio, it would be like Little Orphan Annie time back in when these speakers were the actual radios.
There you go.
You'll be able to listen to the Tauscher Academy players as we play this moment from the classic film, Rudy. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Riley? Yeah? Oh, hey, Tausch, come on in.
Hey, Jason. I want Jesse to host in my place.
Don't be ridiculous. We have the Rams this week. LA has some of the best sports media in the country. You're a Packers Hall of Famer and our captain. Act like it!
I believe I am. Jesse needs to be here.
That was great.
Me too, Jason.
Ah, Chewy!
Me too, Jason.
Gabe!
I'm with the guys also. Me too, Coach.
And Jen.
I think I'll just leave
Jesse
that there.
I win!
Jesse wins that one. It's great acting by Jesse.
Does the first player that does it in the film crumple up the jersey and throw it down, or does he lay it flat like everyone else did?
I don't know. I don't recall.
Well, in this version, he crumples up my Pittsburgh Penguins jersey and throws it on the table.
He was going to wear that today.
No, I wasn't. I had to dig those out of the closet. Those have not been worn in probably
Jen,
20
Gabe,
years.
and Chewy making an appearance. How about that?
Up to this point, might be our best. No? Yes?
I thought The Blind Side was pretty good. I'll be honest.
Your acting was a lot better here. A lot of looking down at the script this time.
Yeah, that's because it had just been handed to me moments before.
Well,
you were great, Tausch. You were great.
The great actors do it, and you crushed. As Sandy Bullock, you crushed it. I don't know who is the coach in this one again.
Dan Devine. So anyway, that is Rudy. Now
I'm nervous.
As if we're not.
I don't know what is going on here. I did not.
This is your idea.
I understand, but these are supposed to be written headlines. The Academy, I think, is starting to feel the pressure because there are people that love the singing.
I think they're realizing that the movies are not as awesome as your singing
I think the
was.
singing is now. So now I'm singing live, which I've never done.
Oh God!
Which isn't good for anybody. Let's be honest.
Very nervous.
You
about.
chose being at Steinhoffel's as the week you're going to sing for the live audience.
Can we get more of the shoppers down here before you do this?
So I usually handle live audiences better. I think I'm going to be up for the task, although I'm going to tell you this. The Notre Dame and Michigan fight songs, eerily similar.
Here come the excuses
they're
already.
Really not. They're really not.
All right, I am going to go with this. I like the words of this. I thought I'd just be
Hail
reading
to
them.
the Irish.
And then it says on the bottom, sung to Notre Dame fight song.
Wait, it says on the bottom, so this is sent to you. Your brothers are assigning you work on your show?
Yes, that is true. All right, Riley, are we ready?
Oh, we're ready. I'm very excited.
I'm nervous.
No, we're not ready.
Oh, no.
I'm very nervous. Riley, hit it. Cheer, cheer for Old Green Bay. Watch LaFleur versus McVay. Nervous and we'll need a trade to get a win over LA. What do we think, boys?
So
thank you. Look at the audience, loved it. That's what we're really looking for. We want audience to be excited about it.
I don't know if I've ever seen a better case of sympathy clapping.
What was wrong?
You rehearsed it with the music in the commercial break, and then you just started shouting the lyrics. And they didn't even match up with the music.
No, Riley said you better be ready to go fast.
You weren't.
It was fast.
Oh, did I miss it? Was I late?
Yeah.
Was I late?
Oh, yeah. Tempo was an issue
Should
there.
I pull up a slower version? There are slower versions.
I thought I went too fast. Cheer, cheer. I still think Michigan's fight song's
You went
better
like
than
opera singer on it. You were really bellowing.
I liked it, and our audience liked it, and that's what really matters. Sparky. Sparky said no.
If Sparky's not in your corner, you know you did something wrong.
You might be right.
All right.
You also, that does not sound like the Michigan fight song at all.
It doesn't.
Did it sound like Notre Dame's?
Not when you sang it.
Sick burn, bro.
Hey, part of the deal. Part of the deal.
All right, my turn. I thought I didn't know exactly what we were doing. I still don't understand. We're 5 weeks into the season, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I should be doing my part of this. So I went with, as I have in the previous ones, quote from the movie that we did the video of. So here we go. You're 6 foot something, 230 and something, and you barely have a speck of MCL functionality. And you hung in there with one of the best defenses in the land for, well, at least the fourth quarter until that last interception you threw last week. And you're going to walk out of here with a Super Bowl berth at some point. In this life, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody but yourself. And after what you and the Packers have been through, if you don't get it done this weekend, well, it better happen against the Rams given their situation. Now get back to being you, Jordan. Packers 27, Rams 21.
Wow.
Pretty good. Thanks. Not as good as the fight song, but pretty good.
Okay, fair.
I went simple.
Okay.
It's on brand, too.
Irish for a winning weekend. Badgers and Packers prevail after heartbreaking Brewers elimination. I just want wins. I think they both get them. Packers, I like 27-21, actually. That's the score I was going to go with, so I'll change it just slightly. 24-17. Closer than some may think it will be, but the Packers get a win. And quite frankly, after what this week has been, going back to that Vikings loss and the USC game on last Saturday, that's all I ask for.
Okay.
All right, there you have it. Those are our headlines presented by Steinhoffels and by.
I can't believe I was late. Like, I honestly thought I finished early.
I think it was a tough. It was tough to thread that needle when you've got it in your.
Maybe you should try it to the Michigan fight song. See if that lines up better.
I think I'm good.
That was really well done. Whoa. Narva Sun needs a train to beat the Rams today.
Packers and the Rams.
Oh, God.
All right, those are our headlines. Whoa, Riley is next. Live from Steinhoffels, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella, how'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 36 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2024.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973, and they're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether it's the sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none and has exactly what you're looking for. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out the all-new 2024 Honda Prologue, Honda's first all-electric SUV, or browse their selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh from my friends at Door County Distillery. It's fall, which means you need to treat yourself right with the apple brandy. Whether you're mixing up a mule or making a Halloween-flavored drink, Door County Distillery has you covered with their delicious, award-winning apple brandy. And if brandy's not your thing, Door County Distillery has a great array of whiskeys, vodkas, gin, rums, and more. Check out their website, doorcountydistillery.com, for the retailer nearest you, as well as a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. That's doorcountydistillery.com.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Fish fry, walleye, and vegetarian options are available, and they have a menu that's sure to please everyone. Liberty Station smokes their meats daily with a 1,000-gallon custom smoker, giving you the freshest experience possible. Enjoy happy hour with daily discounts on both food and drinks at their large bar with 20 draft taps and multiple TVs to watch the big game. Be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area too. Liberty Station off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
Rolling on live from Steinhoffel's in Waukesha as we celebrate Steinhoffel's 90th anniversary.
1.2 out of 10 at best, Jesse?
Oh, Josh gave you a 1.2.
You would go lower?
Yeah.
I was a little surprised they got the 0.2.
Why did I get such good applause from the Steinhoffels
Because
team?
people like you. You're a likable
nice.
guy, but your singing sucks.
I'm sorry, do they grade for effort at the Olympics?
Don't confuse effort with results.
I'm not 100% sure what they do at the Olympics.
Time now to draw our trivia winner. It's unfortunate because if somehow Sparky wins, Jesse could have delivered.
Oh, that would have been
prize.
convenient, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would have been good.
So, Riley, I can hear you stirring up the poker chips to pick this week's trivia winner.
All righty. Our winner for this week is none other than...
Who is it?
He's really struggling to look up who the winner is. He's buying time.
Zach in New Holstein.
Oh.
Was that the day that I was dealing with my wash machine?
Was it? It was Zach in a car between Beaver Dam and Waupun.
He wasn't in New Holstein,
but he lives in New Holstein.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
yeah, that was Wisconsin geography trivia.
And a first-timer. We had a lot of first-timers this
him.
week, so nice to get one of them a win.
All right.
Sorry, Sparky.
Yeah, but that's how loyal he is. He didn't just stand up and leave. Time now.
He looks bitter, though.
For Whoa Riley.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
All righty. So, Jesse wanted me to get to the Barry Alvarez audio, and this is from the show I produce, so I'm definitely cool with that.
Don't make it sound like I was directing you around. Like this is
totally were, though.
I was not.
Because that's not the first thing on the list.
I said, Riley, don't you want to play the Barry Alvarez sound? He goes, yes, I do. I'm like, great, that's good. Make sure you have
Bossy
that.
McBosserson.
Hey. I'm sick of being on the show and Riley's producing.
That was my response. However, that was not the way you phrased the question. Regardless, we're going to play the audio. This is Barry Alvarez responding to Brad Nessler's commentary this weekend on getting a text from Barry Alvarez.
Be a guy in Naples that questions this call. An old coach.
A Hall of Fame coach. Just handed Gary my phone. We have a call and a text from Barry Alvarez.
I'm telling you, that's not right.
Like he thought I was going to pick up.
I did not call.
Not be the
I
only
text.
Wisconsin fan.
What did that text say, Coach?
You are correct, my friend. Think
do
about this. When you watch any NFL game, okay?
Amen.
These are guys that study 12 months a year. That's when it's 4th and a half a yard. What do? All of a sudden they're lined up. Then they run up under center, take the snap, and run a sneak or hand the ball off. Why do they do that? Because it makes sense. If you got a half a yard, you start a yard away. You start closer.
There might be a guy in Naples.
What do you guys think of Coach Alvarez's comments?
So I heard that because I had not synced up the Varsity app to listen to my boy Tausch yet. So I caught that and thought, oh my gosh, they referenced Barry, and then Barry texted them while watching the game. I thought that was fantastic. I did think it was interesting then on the Great Dane Huddle that he second-guessed the call publicly in addition to doing it privately in his text to Brad Nessler.
Well, they did kind of put his business out on the street. It's really on Brad and Gary
Well,
Danielson.
they never said what he wrote.
I mean, they
you
said
could probably imply.
I could have inferred
they
it,
just
yes.
They went shotgun on 4th and 1, and we got a text from Barry Alvarez after they didn't get it. That's interesting.
Great follow-up. Was that Gravy?
That was Alex Gravatt, host of the Great Dane Huddle.
Follow-up to get Barry to say that. That is math. But as Luke Fickell said on his show this week, you have to execute what you're doing. And there have been push-tushes, brotherly shoves that have not worked. Green Bay has stopped Jalen Hurts on short yardage as well. So the bottom line is you do what you do, which I have no problem with. Is it easier to get a half a yard if you start from under center, get a quarterback sneak? Math is math. But when you execute, and if you don't block people, you're not going to pick it up from under center, from pistol, or from normal shotgun formation. Those are all things can be true. And what would we be saying for a Wisconsin offense? You don't have to like it. I'm not telling you to like it. But if you fumble that snap because you don't take any snaps from under center, what are you going to say then? They're going to say, do what you do, or execute better. They don't do that. That's not what they do.
Yeah.
So I get it. Math is math. Barry has the right to say what he wants to say. And it's really funny.
It was pretty good.
Objectively.
Really good.
Yeah.
Whoa, Riley.
Whoa, Nelly!
Okay, so before I was usurped by Robin Yount yesterday for my Whoa, Riley segment, which, by the way,
that's
is very
right.
valid.
You missed all of that yesterday, too, and now you got Jesse telling you what to do with this one.
I'm not telling him what to do here. I don't know where he's taking this.
No, now this is all me. But for the record, Robin Yount can take my segment anytime he wants. That was phenomenal yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't need you to tell us that.
No.
Riley.
Okay.
Should have called Molitor today.
Why not? But anyways, my plan was for yesterday was to ask you guys, given the Brewers' big win a couple nights ago, what your best sports moments were as fans. Now I'm going to flip that since it was a heartbreaking loss as a fan. So, Jason, you might have to go back a little ways for this one. What has been the most heartbreaking loss you have experienced as a fan?
Okay, so I'm going to answer both because it happened the same weekend. Indianapolis, unbelievable weekend, 2015.
Yeah.
Beating Kentucky and staying up and drinking a hotel out of Coors Light. Legit drank them out of Coors Light. We stayed up all blanket night. Went up and had a great Tito's Bloody Mary bar Easter morning, Sunday, and just enjoyed the heck out of the weekend, and then gut punched Monday night against Coach K and his
referees.
So you combine both. It all happened to me all in one weekend, a 3-day period of time.
It's already in a great film just a bit outside. It is Game 7 of the 1982 World Series when I was 10, as they did have a 2-run lead in that game, and then they lose to the Cardinals, and Gorman Thomas strikes out to end the game, and I am sobbing in my living room watching on those old school TVs that were like a piece of furniture, that they were like wood around them, and then the screen was inside of it. That was what we were doing back then.
The only time I have ever cried after a Packers game was
when you stayed awake for
4th and 26, which I know is a sore subject around here, so I don't want to bring it up too much, but that was by far my most devastating. The Duke-Wisconsin game, so I had just graduated from college the year before. I had many friends who were still students at UW-Madison, and I had just started working less than a month before at our sister station in Beaver Dam. And I went to work on that Monday, drove down to watch the game at a house party with a bunch of my friends, and I was fully prepared to stay up all night long celebrating a national title and then go back to work the next morning in Beaver Dam. And instead, it was just a very sad 11 p.m. drive home because everyone just wanted to go to bed after blowing the lead against Duke. So that one's up there, too, because of what the night would have been in the once-in-a-lifetime experience that it would have been for me and my friends that were there. But The last time I cried was 4th and 26. The only time I've cried after a Packers loss.
Whoa, Riley.
Whoa, Nelly!
Okay, we've been giving Boog Shambi a lot of crap the past couple of days, so I want to hear...
We just don't like him.
Yeah, exactly. We've been giving him crap because he sucks. I'm not saying it's not valid crap.
Hey, wait a minute. That's too mean. He crossed the line.
Now I've crossed
Jesse,
the
what
line.
kind of coaching are you doing?
Riley,
So
be
the
nice
guy-
to Boog.
The guy that does the lead baseball television analysis for the biggest sports broadcasting company in the world and the voice of the Chicago Cubs sucks at his job.
No,
That's what you guys are doing.
I don't like him. That was different.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I do think he's also the number 2 broadcast, so he's not the best.
Ooh, you
so,
corrected.
yeah.
Who's
Carl Ravitch, number 1. Ravi.
okay?
Anyway.
What about Boog?
We've been dunking on Boog a lot. So I want to hear your guys' when it comes to play-by-play broadcasters. Obviously, would have rather had someone other than Boog Shambi calling the past 3 games. Who are your favorite non-Wisconsin play-by-play broadcasters? Take LePay, take Larrabee, take Uke out of the equation. No Levering.
Jesse Nelson.
Yeah.
I don't
Jesse,
count.
Take him out too.
No Hunter Vaughn. No
Riley.
one.
Yeah.
No one. If you're getting a national broadcaster, any outsider calling a Wisconsin sports game, who do you want?
It's easy for me. I want Mike Tirico. Mike Tirico's the best in the business. He does multiple sports. Him and then Ian Eagle is the other one. Those would be my 2 if I'm picking who I want doing play-by-play. Both of those guys are at the top of my list.
Spiro Didis. That's my guy.
Really?
Yeah, I love his voice.
Yeah.
Love Spiro. He's not good enough for Jesse, though.
I'm actually excited for this weekend's game. I love Jim Nantz calling Packers games or Wisconsin basketball games. So I'm a big Nantz guy. I like Jimmy. Feels like a big game when Nantz is on the call. So I like Jim Nantz.
Does Kevin Harlan count as a Wisconsin guy, given his Green Bay
I wasn't
ties?
counting
He's
him.
Wisconsin adjacent.
I wasn't counting him.
Okay,
but he would be up there.
Kevin
if
Harlan, he's definitely my
That's
guy.
a good choice.
His
does Brian
descriptions are
Anderson
phenomenal.
count?
I think Brian Anderson counts too, yes. And I think we already answered other people, so we're good.
Did, yeah.
All right, that's it for Woe Riley. We will wrap up the week and wrap up today's show with Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and heading into another big Saturday with a home game in Madison. I'm feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. I can tell you this, we were feeling good when my family worked with the pro painters from Hallman Lindsay for our home's paint project. Hallman Lindsay's pro painters were incredible. They did the job so much better than we could and made the whole process so much easier on us. All you have to do to get connected is stop into any of Hallman Lindsay's Madison area locations, ask, and they'll help get you set up with the pro painters that are perfect for what you need. Remember, Wisconsin's best painters use Wisconsin's best paint, and Wisconsin's best painters are the pro painters at Hallman Lindsay Paints. Hallman Lindsay, great paint, great people. Stay tuned for Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at greatdanepub.com.
A slow start for Wisconsin's rushing unit. The Badgers' offense ranks 12th in the Big Ten for yards on the ground through 4 games. Luke Fickell wants to move away from a committee to potentially boost those numbers.
I don't know that you can play 4 and 5 running backs. It doesn't give them an opportunity to get into rhythms. What we need to find out is who can get hot and who with more opportunities are going to have a better chance for us. And there's bigger plays that need to be had, and we got to figure out if we're not giving them enough of those opportunities to get it. I can't tell you exactly who that'll be.
Wisconsin-Purdue kicks off at 11 a.m. on Saturday.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
This truck season, think about all the things you can do in a Chevy truck. You'll be able to, or you can You can even just... With impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and multiple powertrains, Chevy trucks have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Attention, business owners and executives. Looking for a bank that's invested in your community as you are? Look no further than Starion Bank. As a Dane County community bank, Starion offers competitive deposit and loan rates while actively supporting local initiatives. Visit a business banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, and Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, full-service business banking, lending, and cash management.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
'Cause I'm a hazard to myself. Don't let me get me. No, I'm my own worst enemy. It's bad when you know yourself. So irritating. Don't wanna be my friend no more.
All right, time for Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints as we wrap up our visit to Steinhoffels in Waukesha. And I was telling Chad Dern, who around here is known as the czar of marketing, but at ESPN Beaver Dam is known as Charlie Dern's dad, which is a pretty good title too.
Chuck.
And how many boys? How many Dern boys are there now? 16. Four. There are 4 Dern boys, and I've gotten to meet them all. They're all great. But I was telling Chad earlier now, every time Braden Narveson goes out to kick a field goal, Matt LaFleur said that every time Anders Carlson went out to kick a field goal, he prayed. Now every time I see Braden Narveson go out, I'm thinking, hey, make this kick. It's another $1,000 for Special Spaces Wisconsin, which obviously is a great cause that the Packers and Steinhoffels have partnered with. Every time the Packers make a field goal, $1,000 to Special Spaces of Wisconsin, which builds dream bedrooms for kids battling cancer. And we know that that is an insidious disease, especially among kids. So we are so proud to be partners with Steinhoffels and to be helping support that great cause. Tausch, what's next for you? Getting ready for the Boilermakers?
Yeah, get ready for the Boilermakers. Hopefully we can kind of right the ship here, get that rolling, and kind of get, as Jesse put so eloquently in his headline, get away from the stank of what happened last night. You can kind of reset next week. There'll be time to revisit that down the road. But this weekend, both of our favorite football teams need to find a way to get it done. I don't really even care how it looks. Let's just get a W and let's get moving on and start progressing the rest of this season.
All right, that is it for us today. Thanks to Rob Demovsky. Thanks to Steinhoffels. Thanks to our live studio audience.
Thanks for cheering the
The only one that clapped was Jesse.
I was clapping for them. I'm like the applause sign. I didn't know I needed to bring
You're the
that
human applause sign. And thanks to you for coming along for the ride with us today. Listen to that great Irish fight song on your way around town today. Maybe with Tausch singing along to it. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch? Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin?